Hello there, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Super Cast Brothers, the Smash Brothers podcast that just won't stop, no matter how much we might wish it were so. I'm Santok, otherwise known as Lister, and if somebody gave me manure as a gift, I don't quite know how I'd react, but I can tell you this: it wouldn't be positive.
And you don't stop. Let's dance, guys.
What?
Super Cast Brothers. Sticking to the groove. Yeah. Let's do this. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Dance, Kazuya, dance.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, and we have a special guest here today because we're doing a recurring thing, a sequel to an episode from our previous season.
Yes.
Of Sorting Hat Goodness.
So last year we had this fellow on here, Curbwalker. Don't call him Curb Stomper. He doesn't like that. We had him on because, he's a fan of, Harry Potter before things went bad.
Uh-huh.
Just going to put it that way to start out.
We're not just talking about Fantastic Beasts up in here.
We're not. We're surely not.
Or The Cursed Child, which also sucks.
Yeah,
What, like really bad?
Yeah,
So-
we'll get there. We'll get there. But last season we did an episode where we were just like, what if we put the Smash Brothers characters into different Hogwarts houses from Harry Potter? And it resulted in some interesting results, which we'll get into in a bit. But we only got through a third of the characters. We got through 30 of them out of the 90 that we could have talked about. And so we're back here to talk about probably another 30. And then I assume next season, unless one of us has decided, fuck y'all, we'll probably get the rest of them done then. We did want to go ahead and start off and say, like, Harry Potter has a lot of controversy around it right now. And it has for the last several years. But, well, first of all, fuck J.K. Rowling. First of all. Just fuck her. Terrible. She gave us a world to enjoy as children. And we liked that world.
Uh-huh.
But she has been tainting it ever since. And just showing what a terrible, awful, rotten person she is. And someday she will die. And I don't think there will be as many people weeping at her grave as she thinks there will be. Some people might even
couldn't have
piss on
said
it.
it
I don't
better
know.
myself.
What? Jubilant dancing?
That's always... I mean, there'll
Yeah.
be somebody that dances on it. And, somebody's going to dance on that woman's grave. It's just going to happen. I mean, over however many years left this planet is going to have, every grave is going to get danced over at some point. That's just a fact.
There's a lot of horror movies to say no to that, but okay.
Just don't tear up this graveyard and then put a house on it. Don't do that one. That's a terrible idea. That's how you get ghosts in your TV.
But the market. But the view.
Do we really care about the market?
I don't know.
Do we?
I mean, here's the question. Let me simplify that question. Do we really think you care? End. Period. We can come back to that later. Anyway,
fuck J.K. Rowling.
yes.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of the world we liked as kids and stay away from it. We don't want you near it.
Mm-hmm.
Stop posting about it. Stop posting anything. Just go away.
Yeah. Please stop posting anything. That would be a great mitigator. Just disappear. I would appreciate that greatly.
Apparate to the ocean.
To a volcano.
To a volcano
right
in
above
the ocean.
the top of an active volcano. And go, sploosh, into the lava. Goodbye. Any hoodle.
Yes.
So it's been a year since we had you on, Curb. So before we get into the fun stuff, why don't you go ahead and give us an update? What's going on with you? Or, have you? How are the kids?
The kids, I surprisingly keep forgetting I have. Apparently,
that sounds like a problem.
Look, here's what happens.
You shouldn't forget your own children.
I don't have children.
You forgot again and again?
No. Oh my god.
Oh. Poor Larry.
Like I would name a kid Larry.
I was gonna. That's
you
what
adopted him,
Larry. No,
I wouldn't have done that. I have an ex.
It was Larry and Cosmod.
Cosmod. What is that from?
I don't know. You adopted him.
You're the one that suggested the name, though.
You're the one that adopted him. I'm just reminding you who your children are.
Here.
Why the fuck am I the godfather? I don't even live near you.
I don't know. You're kind
of
like...
You have better options for the godparent position than my ass.
Well, let's
John lives closer to you than I do. Don't
it's
have him be your godparent. It's a terrible idea.
Bio dad.
Let's get back on topic.
I'm your godparent. Yeah, Xantok just has little small deposits of children that he has helped conceive around the country, and we have to adopt them.
This sounds like the plot of Death Stranding too.
I hope so.
The game has babies and pods. I don't know. I know few things about that game. I know it has babies and pods, ladders, goop monsters, and everybody wants to fuck Daryl.
Okay, this sounded like a Goosebumps book until the last part.
It's the guy who's does the character for the main character played Daryl in Walking Dead.
Yes.
And everybody's like, if he ever dies, we riot. It's like, listen, I know everybody that's saying this is a middle-aged woman up to women in their 60s, but y'all need to calm down.
Yep. Yes, Beth Ann.
It's like the crazy cat ladies that watch the Big Brother live feeds 24/7, and they get upset when their boy toy Jeff gets threatened by somebody else in the games. Like,
oh my god, right.
Calm it down. Calm it down. He's never going to want you. Stop.
Or just anybody who watches The Masked Singer. I have nothing more to say on this subject.
Man, the basic concept of that show, I think, is good in the fact that, hey, look, you can't judge the singer by their appearance. Also, there's no sob story, so people can't have their voting influence like that. But it's just like, one, the costumes are weird. 2, it's just celebrities. And 3, sometimes those celebrities are Rudy Giuliani.
Quote unquote celebrity.
What?
Yeah.
I know.
What?
I know.
What?
Well, I do know. I don't remember what it was, but there was one that felt very much like Vocaloid-ish. I would have to look it up and see what it's called, but it was very much supposed to be the concept, but they were normal people. So it's like, okay, so that's not the celebrity thing, but it has a character. It still has a character point to it, where they make a character, which kind of goes on the costume thing. And then, so you know they're real people, there's more likely to be a sob story. So it's like, well, kind of doesn't balance.
What if they
imagine
do,
if they,
What if they do where they take out the mask and there's another mask behind it, but that mask is of a popular VTuber, and it's that VTuber in the costume. You can't see but they don't show their face because they're a VTuber.
They just CGI the face in later.
No, they have a mask over them that looks like their character.
Oh.
What if you mash the Vocaloid and Masked Singer ideas together? So I just really want to see like Whoopi Goldberg dressed up as Hatsune Miku.
But she has to have the asparagus or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah,
the leeks. It's the leeks. That's what it is. I don't remember. You think I ever used those? Please. Me and music, yeah. Yeah.
I'm confused. I must not be getting the exact reference. I don't remember Miku normally having leaks.
It's like the fucking original meme of Hatsune Miku, dude.
Maybe I haven't seen the original meme.
She was spitting leeks in her hands.
I actually haven't seen this original meme. It looks like
Dude, this
Jono's
is like-
finding it for me though.
This is like over 10 years old.
Yep.
I only discovered Vocaloid like I want to say like 4 years ago.
That makes so much sense for you.
What is that supposed to mean?
So many things.
Anywho.
Anywho.
Enlighten us.
No, we're moving on. We got to talk about other people now.
No, I
Dono,
need to see what he
what's
posted.
going
It's the
on?
leaks! Okay, that's cute.
There's the leaks.
She's a far
Make sure you spell that correctly when looking that up. Okay.
Oh,
He's right, you know.
she is very right.
Jono, it's been a month and a half
Sometimes
since we
very
checked
seldom.
in with you. What's going on?
Holy cow, has it really been that long?
Since the last
Uh,
topic, yes, that's how math works. And we have to
That
make
is how
episodes
math
every 2
works.
weeks.
Yes. Well, the short of it is, I'm very fine and
Fine.
gentle and yeah.
Gentle? Gentle?
Supple.
Mm-hmm.
Where the
And just my days have been filled with caressing the power of our shared
Hey, Zach, do you
communal
want to go
friendship
back to talking about you again?
in my hands and rocking it back and forth like a little baby.
Oh my
Hey,
gosh.
Jono, what games have you been playing?
Isn't there?
Have you finished Xenoblade 3 yet?
Emblem
Yeah, I sure did.
No, you didn't.
I sure as hell didn't.
Yeah, because if you had, you would have said something to me about it.
I definitely would have.
Are you at least through the point I want to talk about? No?
Possibly so. Yeah.
All right, what chapter are you in?
I don't know.
Where are
Honest to
you?
God. Arizona.
Where are you in the game?
Oh. Who was it that I met last? It's been over a month. Asher or whatever.
Okay,
So-
so you haven't gotten any further than when we last talked about it. Got you. Got you.
Nope.
You are
Precisely.
right outside of Kevis Castle.
Yes. Heaven's Castle.
God fucking damn it. Not Kevin, Kevis.
I know. It's just what I heard. I'm like, okay.
All right, well, now that you've shown that you are once again a complete and utter disappointment to me, we're moving on.
Oh. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So,
But I've been fine, thank you. It's been quite a month.
that's a month and a half.
Month and a half, yeah.
Yeah.
Like 45 days.
Like that wind chill?
Yeah.
Feels like longer.
Jesus Christ.
It's a thing. It's time
It's
chill.
not a thing.
I don't know.
We're not making time chill a thing.
I'm getting this trademarked. Fuck you.
Go fuck
I'm
yourself with
making
a
money off of
handbasket.
this. What?
You heard me. Anywho,
I actually didn't.
so, as for me, nothing really has been going on life-wise, because nothing does, and honestly, that's good. No news is good news when it comes to life, honestly. I did just finish streaming, what's the game called again? Notary Game Virtue's Last Reward. It was a 10-hour stream for the final episode because I made a mistake.
You did.
I made
Oh,
a
God.
mistake. Yeah, it's a game. It's one of those games. It's a visual novel game that has like different branches and decisions that you can make, and there's like a true ending and a bunch of other endings. And also, I want to see all the endings. And I got to the point where it's like, okay, it's been 4 hours. That's about when I normally end the stream. But look at that. The only thing that's left to do is the true ending. It doesn't look like it'll be too that long. Maybe like an hour, 2 hours. We can power through and finish this game tonight. It was not 2 hours. It was 6. It was an additional 6 hours, and I regretted it so much.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I bet you did.
It was
Wow,
a
that
great
sounds
game,
worse.
though. Like, the ending
Yeah.
was good.
Oh, I bet.
I enjoyed playing it, but I definitely wish I had ended the stream at the normal moment instead of powering through.
Yeah. Yeah. Happens to the best of us, buddy, and that's exactly what you are.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that means I get to start playing a new game now. By the time this episode comes out, I think I'll be either 1 or 2 streams in. And we're going to be starting 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim on my channel, which is the game that got second place when we ran that poll for people to pick a game for me to play a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's finally
Yeah.
being played, and then we'll see what happens after that. I have a couple ideas, but I don't want to announce them or plan them too soon because a new game could release by then. I don't just be like, oh, never mind, we're playing this now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, the Final
Progress
Fantasy IX
comparison with this
remake
one.
actually is real. Give.
Oh yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Unless it's just like a basic remaster, then it's like, I don't need to
Mm-hmm.
do that. But if it's like a legitimate remake, oh, give.
Yeah.
Give, and then give me one for $8.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So,
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
well, to be fair, I actually didn't get to say anything because my segment was talked about me having kids that I don't actually have.
You have kids. You have children. Just because you don't remember them doesn't mean they don't exist.
The children are all my drunk friends I have because I have to treat them like children.
Yeah.
How could you do that to Tomoe and Slump Gonzalez?
Slump Gonzalez. Well, I am also in the southern area of the U.S., so it does make. I mean, fair. Okay.
Hmm.
But I just want to make a quick thing because by the time this comes out, this will have been the case. But there will start being videos of mine on the Select Start channel along with Zantok.
Oh, you're
Oh,
announcing this
gosh.
here and now?
Nice.
Did you finish recording it yet?
I'm almost done with the Five Nights one because I'm still trying with it.
They might not be up by the time this is up.
When is this coming out?
In like 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, oh yeah, we can be up. We can have that up by then.
All right,
Yeah,
that's
we can at least start.
You have challenged yourself, sir.
Yep,
If you fail, not only will you have the utter feeling of loss, but I will be disappointed in you.
So just kind of the same as usual.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
No,
I
not
just have a
normal
general loss.
disappointment. Fatherly
okay.
disappointment.
Don't want spankies from daddy.
Anyway, this is my segment. We can move on to the next part. Please don't crack your
Yeah.
knuckles. Do not wind up.
Oh God.
All right.
Childhood
Not with your
flashbacks.
short, stubby arms.
So, now that we've talked about
What the fuck?
ourselves, let's get into some Harry Potter Hogwarts house and bullshit.
Yeah.
So we got the tier maker pulled up that we worked on last year. As you can see here, we have all the characters that we placed on here last year and all the ones that we have yet to do. There are some choices made last year. Some of them I don't know why they're in the places that they are. These were our thought process a year ago, and we might have been a little crazy. I do appreciate that Cloud is in Hufflepuff, and I will still argue that one. I will argue that one still.
I'm okay with that too.
Yeah, because you've actually experienced Final Fantasy VII now that you hadn't had since the last time we did this.
Oh, nice.
You and I played through the game. We're actually playing through Persona 5 right now, and that'll be uploaded on the channel at some point this year. Just don't know when.
Mm-hmm.
Sick.
But I wanted to open up the floor and see, like, does anybody want to point at any character on here and be like, why did we put them here? And then maybe we can like discuss things, and who knows, maybe put them in a different spot.
All the Gryffindors check out for me.
Okay.
Mhm.
All the Ravenclaws check out for me.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, I have 2 Hufflepuffs and 1 Slytherin that both interest me, I think.
All right. Who?
Okay, so the Slytherin, I'm trying to remember it. I feel like once we say it, it'll make sense, but Slytherin is Steve.
I knew it. I knew it.
You knew it was
I
going
knew
to
it
be
was
Steve.
if it wasn't going to be Steve, it was going to be Jigglypuff.
No,
but-
Jigglypuff makes so much sense.
Steve, I made the argument for Steve. I think I was halfway into doing a pitch for Gryffindor, I think. But I hard swerved to Slytherin midway through my pitch.
Hashtag hard swerve.
Yes, sure. Because yeah, sure, he's going out, he's braving new frontiers and adventures, but also this motherfucker terraforms the entire world and just he gets mobs, and he makes a farm of them, and then he kills them all, and all their parts fall into boxes, and they're all sorted like crazy. And it's like, what kind of mad scientist bullshit is this, Steven? Steven? What are you doing?
Your
You're
full name,
terraforming
Steven
the
Minecraft.
planet. Yes, Steven Minecraft is terraforming the planet. He's going to other worlds, taking their resources and making them his own. This bitch is being an ambitious, sneaky little shit. That
Also
was my
caused the
pitch for him being in
extinction
Slytherin.
Extinction of creepers as well.
Yes.
Not to mention that in the victory animations in Smash, originally before it was patched out, Steve just flat out flashed his dick.
That's not what happened! That's not what happened, and you know it!
Fine.
God.
it's
To
a piece of
clarify,
steak.
for the Curbwalker that doesn't know, one of the animations that Steve will have when he wins a match for Smash is he'll pull out a piece of steak and he'll eat it. In originally, before they got patched out, after he was done eating the steak, he would hold it instead of keep holding it in his hand, but it was positioned in an awkward place, and people were calling it Steve's knee. It got patched so that after he's done eating it, the steak disappears.
Can you imagine what Sakurai must have thought when they approached him about that?
I think he was just like, the fucking internet, the fucking Americans. Goddamn, this
Those
is why.
people,
This is
they
why
want Waluigi.
Waluigi isn't in the game. They want him the crotch chop. Why do they want him the crotch chop? What's with the fucking Americans? He's not wrong. You had a couple others though that you want to talk about in Hufflepuff.
Yes, because a lot of the Hufflepuffs make a lot of sense for me. Like, it does throw me off. I think we talked... Well, this one isn't one of them. I think we talked about this, that if Banjo and Kazooie were separate, they would have been different houses, I think.
Probably.
But because there are one thing, I think Banjo took precedence.
Yeah.
Kazooie reads
yeah.
Slytherin to me, for sure.
Kazooie definitely reslowed. If I remember correctly, Kazooie in the Banjo-Kazooie games, I only watched them, I didn't play them. But Kazooie is very much just like, why the fuck are we doing this for free? We should be charging this shit. But Banjo is in charge. Banjo pretty much forces Kazooie into compliance. So.
Okay. The two Hufflepuffs that confuse me a bit just because I don't know enough about their lore. Or like how their characters truly would be, because I'm looking at them like, I'm not sure. One being Lucario, which I can't remember, and I'm like, that could be a Gryffindor. And then Donkey Kong being, where would I put you instead, though? Those are the two that confuse me.
I had a feeling Donkey Kong would be one of them. I think the argument with Donkey Kong was because the fucker is lazy as hell. He only gets out of his treehouse when the banana horde gets threatened.
This sounds familiar, yeah.
And the DK crew is pretty chill for the most part. Lucario, well, Pokemon are Pokemon, so it's kind of hard to establish personalities. But the whole thing with his aura is about like bonds of friendship and whatnot.
Right.
So,
okay. Right. That makes a lot more sense. That makes more sense. Maybe I should pull up some of the Pokédex entries for when we get to the other 5
would not
Pokemon?
be a terrible idea.
It's a good idea. Because, I mean, the other ones, we have a very specific Jigglypuff and a very specific Squirtle that we reference.
Yeah.
Like, I know that Ash
For the most part, we're probably going to be referencing the anime and Pokedex entries, because what else do we have?
I mean, that's the thing. Doesn't Ash have a Lucario now?
I haven't kept up with the anime really since X and Y. Technically, I didn't even watch X Y. I just saw a lot of things. I do know that he won. He became a champion of region, and he beat all the champions in a tournament. He's being retired.
Did.
Ash is no longer going to be the protagonist in Pokemon, and it's weird. I don't know how I feel about this.
It's definitely strange, right?
I'm kind of hoping that the theories are correct, that it's a time skip and the new girl is his daughter. That's where I'm at. Jono, any characters that you want to bring up before we move on?
Checking it out. Gryffindor checks out. Slytherin checks out. Ravenclaw checks out. We talked about the Hufflepuffs. Villager makes a whole lot of sense from the lore of Animal Crossing, but if we were taking into account Smash Me's, he'd definitely be Slytherin. Besides
Killer
that, yeah. No, I think we're set. I think we're good.
I have one I want to question. I'd like
With
to
the
talk
hot
about
dog?
Solid Snake.
Oh, okay.
Now, when we did this episode last time, my Metal Gear knowledge was pretty next to nothing, and you pretty much lobbied immediately that he should just go to Ravenclaw. It's like, and I was surprised by that. Since that episode, I have watched all but like a couple of the spin-offs of the Metal Gear series. So I wonder, why did you want him in Ravenclaw? Because I personally don't see it. I would have picked him out for Gryffindor. So why Ravenclaw?
Who is you? Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you. The only other person
Oh.
here who knows Metal Gear.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
not me.
So we're not going to call you Solid Curb anytime soon.
Oh, I'm always
Oh.
solid, but that's not the point.
Oh, he's a Kirby snake.
Okay.
I'm a curry sneaky snack.
Well, I trying to look back at myself a year ago and where I would be recommending this. The only thing I can think is he is very resourceful, but I actually would have said Gryffindor now. I have no idea. Because from a personality standpoint, it's all there
Yeah.
for Gryffindor.
It's like,
Yeah.
I would definitely not put him in Hufflepuff. Like a lot of Gryffindors have shades of Hufflepuff in them, but I don't think it's anywhere near enough for Snake. And he's not a Slytherin. Liquid, however. You could argue Big Boss Slytherin, but Solid Snake himself, I would not put it Slytherin. Ravenclaw, I mean, you're right, he's resourceful, but he also relies on everyone else for all of his intelligence.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
It's like I would put him on Gryffindor easily.
So would I. I don't know. Other than generic entourage thing, there's nothing that codes him directly into Ravenclaw.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Who would be in Ravenclaw from Metal Gear? That's a good question.
Otacon?
Anywho. Oh, he's on Hufflepuff? That's just kidding.
No, he's not.
No. Okay.
Sonny?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Sonny is a Ravenclaw prodigy.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to resort him to Gryffindor?
I would say so.
All
Okay.
right. Solid Snake, congratulations. You have swapped houses. Sorry, Ravenclaw, you lose one. All right. With that said, though, we can go ahead and actually start picking out some new characters that we want to discuss and put in some houses. So I figured we're going to do like last time. I'm going to pick one. John is going to pick one. Curb's going to pick one. And we'll just go about until we've discussed 30 of them. And then we will cut off for next season. So the character that I want to start out with today, I've got right here in my hand. Let's begin
Let him go.
with Captain Olimar of Pac-Man. So,
Yes.
Olimar. Like so many of our other characters, I feel like Olimar could be a Gryffindor or a Hufflepuff, depending on how you look at it. He's not Slytherin. The president of his company is Slytherin, easily. Olimar himself, though, no. Ravenclaw, wouldn't really call him that either. It's really just a matter of what do you weigh more important? His exploring of the planet that he crash lands on in order to find pieces of a ship or treasure or what have you and survive, or the bond that he forms with the Pikmin, who trust him enough where they will follow his command to be thrown into the gaping maws of an enemy that is known to enjoy eating them, and then uses them to his benefit, like they're It's starting to get a little dark now that I think about it. Pikmin's a darker game than I thought it was.
In looking at the Wikipedia, there was someone that called it out in an interview saying that pick that Olimar is one of their favorite top 20 anti-heroes, noting that despite the fact that he is a good-natured spaceman, he also enslaves a race of aliens and forces them to work.
Yeah, I mean, he does. I mean, the only thing I can say, like, to be fair, is that, like, they pretty much run right up to him as soon as he arrives, just like, hello, you are master now. It's like, I am? Yes. Okay.
Oh, that's how I got kids. Oh.
I mean, that's what happens.
They just come up to me. That honestly happens. I'm like, hey, oh.
Extroverts like to adopt introverts. It's weird.
I don't even mean to. It just
They never.
happens.
A lot of times, that's what happens.
Look,
Anywho,
you're caught in my extrovert gravitational pull. That's what happened. Okay. Anyway, I do agree with you that I mean, it isn't very much like he's trying to be malicious with it. Like you said, hey, you're our leader. But I didn't have any training though. You've been training your whole life for this. I haven't gotten any training or whatever the line.
it's like
is.
I literally crash landed onto this planet 5 seconds ago.
They think I'm their god because I came from the sky.
Do you know what? That makes sense. That makes sense now. They think he's their god. It all makes sense now. This tracks.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to lean more towards Hufflepuff just because with a lot of the stuff you're talking about, like with some of the stuff like you were mentioning with it, and yes, the boss is a little more Slytherin for it. I think if he's a little more gullible for it, like I feel like if he was more of a Gryffindor, he'd like stand up to the boss sooner or something like that. I don't know if that's just me, as someone who's ever played the game, but I'm kind of like, you know what? He does kind of smell like a schmuck who's just kind of getting bossed around a bit. I'm like, you know what? If there's any house that gets bossed around, it's Hufflepuff.
I mean, you raise a fair point about how he doesn't stand up for himself against the boss. Jono?
Yeah. So no, I agree. He's taking Pikmin at its core from what Miyamoto would want you to interpret it from. It's Olimar is making a bunch of friends. It's hard and saving the planet together with them, and researching and flying off on his little ship away after he's done. So he's in the hero camp officially, although it's kind of mysterious. Because he's so willing to just be like, yeah, okay, this is great, Pikmin. Let's do this. And with all that said, I mean, Olimar may be heroic, but not in the traditional sense. And and he's a very friendly guy to these Pikmin, even though he throws them towards their death.
Yes.
And walks on them and bridges that he builds out of them and uses their little beady wings to make him fly, etc. I would say Hufflepuff as well.
He's a little bit of a monster.
Just a little bit, yeah.
All right, well, let's slot him into Hufflepuff.
Sweet.
Okay. Jono,
Okay.
pick a character.
Let's say Mewtwo.
Mewtwo. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What you thinking about Mewtwo?
I'm thinking, I mean, Mewtwo, baseline knowledge of Mewtwo, people might say Slytherin, because he's like, oh, he's the antagonist of his own movie. But I'm thinking, with the way that movie panned out, he's more so a Ravenclaw. Mewtwo is very intelligent, he's a very wizened and clever and creative being, and he doesn't want to exist, essentially, and lashes out against his creators, like, why did you make me? But he's ambivalent. He's not evil.
I didn't consent to be born, Mom and Dad.
Yep. And ultimately, he joins forces with the good guys to surmount his, Giovanni and his creators, who are bad, who are Slytherin.
So, okay. So Mewtwo, here's okay. did not expect to hear the word Ravenclaw be said from Mewtwo. That threw me off. I thought you were going to go in a different direction. So Mewtwo, it kind of depends on where you look at with him. In the games, he's just there. He's really just there. You learn that some scientists made him, and he got pissed at all the experimental poking and prodding, blew up the mansion, killed the scientists, and GTFO'd to a cave to live out the rest of his days in isolation. And then there's the Pokemon anime, where similar origins, but then he clones a bunch of other Pokemon, wants to prove that humans are shit, but overall, he kind of just wants to live in peace. And there's a I can't remember if it's the follow-up episode or another follow-up movie where Ash finds Mewtwo again, and it's just like, dude, how you found leave? And she's like, I just want to be alone, which fair enough. And then the anime has another episode with Mewtwo that's a different Mewtwo. They canonically say it's a different Mewtwo, and it mega evolves, and it's weird. It makes no fucking sense. We're just gonna ignore that. But then there's the Pokemon Adventures anime where I think Mewtwo is like actually bad in that. Like in that, he's actually
really?
bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember for sure. I know that's the one where he fights with a giant spoon.
Yes.
Yeah. He creates a spoon with telekinetic, with like his psychic energy. It's just like, I fight with this. This is weapon. Spoon.
I have trained in the way of spoon.
I really wish we could get a change to one of Mewtwo's attacks where he just swings a spoon in Smash. Just
that would be great.
Just as a nod to that, it's like, can we please have a spoon attack?
It's very on Doria.
Yeah. But as for where I was placing him, I agree with you. I'm not saying Slytherin, but I was leaning Hufflepuff because again, like he just wants to be alone. Ravenclaw, actually, I had meant to bring up because last time we did this, I brought up like what all the traits were of the houses to like get a quick overview of it, and I forgot to do that this time because, well, of multiple reasons. But Ravenclaw is a lot of it about like valuing intelligence and the pursuit of knowledge. And well, yeah, Mewtwo is fucking intelligent. He's not really doing things. That's not. I don't really. That wasn't the read I got off of him. Was that like, oh, he's your typical Ravenclaw or anything?
Okay, we heard from Beth Ann. What does Zach think?
I mean, honestly, it's kind of strange because, like, some of me realizing I'm trying to, like, reference with other comparisons and stuff like that. Because, honestly, I was leaning more Ravenclaw as well. With the whole wants to be left alone kind of thing, I'm kind of, and with the intellectual part of it, so much of it, I'm like, this translates to someone that just wants to be left alone with their books to me. Not that that's a bad thing. And then it's also hard for me to list them as a Hufflepuff when their freaking ancestor is such a Hufflepuff is like extra Hufflepuff by comparison, little playful Mew.
That's fair.
Where it's kind of like, well, am I just being blinded by it? They could be light Hufflepuff light is Mewtwo, and like Hufflepuff like extra caffeinated is Mew or something.
Extra caffeinated Hufflepuff? I
don't know. That's just
I'm pretty sure there's a picture of that somewhere. I'm pretty sure.
Is it me? Why'd you take my picture?
Do you want me to post a picture I have of you?
It's me asleep during a Skype call because I fell asleep. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it is. Nice. With all my references for, because I haven't seen the other anime ones where Mewtwo comes back because it's canonically a different one. So
yeah, that's why it's weird. It's dumb.
That's one of the tough ones. But if I'm gonna pick one, it's gonna be Ravenclaw for me because I think Gryffindor and Slytherin are very much out. Because like he's presented as the antagonist, but not like one that's specifically like it's ambitious from like what he's trying to accomplish with it.
Right.
Like he's not trying to specifically take out the world and have everyone rule. He's like trying to. It's strange, but I'm leaning towards Ravenclaw. That's my answer.
Okay. Did not think we'd be putting Mewtwo into Ravenclaw, but you know what? Who would have guessed we'd put Cloud in Hufflepuff?
Let's make sure that we remember the reasoning for this in a year.
We won't. We won't.
No. Nope.
We'll look back to this and we'll be like, what?
That one does feel more in line for me, so I feel like I'm gonna like agree with it anyway.
All right. Well, Curb, it's time for you to pick a character. Who are we picking out next?
My God, it is my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me pull up my little list. My little listy list. Okay.
It's
Oops.
right there.
What?
Listy list.
Oh my God.
What?
So I'm just bouncing. I want to bounce around and pick someone else for it. So I think this one might be an interesting one for some conversation. I say we go with Mega Man.
Okay. Mega Man. What are your opening thoughts?
Let me pull up his wiki. Give me a moment. Because this is also someone that it's like, well, I'm not like
The thing we'll have to keep in mind with Mega Man is that this is Mega Man. This is not Mega Man X. This is not Mega Man Trigger or Volnut. This is not the Mega Man from Star Force. This is not Mega Man.exe. This is just classic, original Mega Man. 2 words, space in the middle, robot. Also called Rock.
Yes, right. Yes, I saw that. Yeah, Rockman, also known as that too. Rockoman.
Well, no, I mean his human form is just Rock. Before he became, like, even before he got like the Mega Man, or before he was converted into the fighting robot Mega Man, he was just Rock. And so there was Rock and Roll.
Oh, I like it. I think it's definitely an interesting one because for someone that you don't really see as much of, like for their characters, sometimes if you're not in their if you're not in their series, he definitely comes off as someone where it's like, I don't actually know like about you, like what would I know about you, kind of thing. So that's definitely what made me want to pick him. Like, this is an interesting one. I want to hear the conversation on it.
So
he yeah, go ahead.
No, go on.
I honestly don't know what I was going to say. You go ahead.
So, Mega Man, the classic games are not where my knowledge comes from. I know the Mega Man from the Battle Network games. But from my understanding, the way Mega Man doesn't really have a whole lot to his character, I don't think, if I remember right. At least not in the early games, because, you know, NES, SNES games. Yeah, there was a lot of lacking in character. How much character does Mario have? Not a lot.
Wahoo!
But Mega Man, he starts out as just this like normal, essentially housekeeping kind of robot, along with his sister Roll. But then when Dr. Wily reprograms some of Dr. Light's other robots, Rock gets converted into Mega Man to go essentially put down the other robots. Yeah. And then he does this for 10 more games. Essentially. Sometimes the plot changed up a little bit. Sometimes it's just, oh, Wily made these robots. Or, hey, he took these robots that were malfunctioning and repurposed them or whatever. And then Mega Man has to go put down these robots. He's not a Slytherin. He's not a Ravenclaw. I don't even think he's a Hufflepuff. I think Mega Man is an easy Gryffindor. He's told, hey, these things are going crazy. You want to go stop them? I'm on it.
I agree. He's very forthright in his adventuresome nature. You know, he is going out of his. Yes, he has a lot of help from his friends, but it doesn't surmount the character. Like, he himself is the face of his franchise and the hero of his story. So I would say Gryffindor as well.
I agree with that. A lot of that stuff does make sense. I think I need to start doing that more because I was doing the last one too. Like, I need to rule out houses first.
I mean, some can be easily ruled out. Like, who's the good example one before? Cloud. Cloud's not a fucking Slytherin at all.
Absolutely not.
He's also not a Ravenclaw. Cloud is well, he's not dumb as bricks, but he's not the brains of the party either.
Oh no.
Who is the brains of the party? Who I don't.
Sid?
God.
I mean, yes. Academically speaking, Sid is the brains of the party. Would I want Sid to be the one helping us figure out what to do next? Not as much.
He kind of took charge at that one point when we thought Cloud was still dead, though, right?
Bro, spoilers.
This game's been out for so long!
But the remakes!
Who even knows what those are? Spoilers for the remakes. They're
What?
doing all
They don't
sorts
make-
of-
I mean,
Watch it.
you're right. You're right. The remakes are
Yeah.
being wild with time ghosts and the big old theory is that it's actually a sequel and not a remake, which, man, I can't wait for part 2 to find out more about that. God,
Oh boy.
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
wild, dude.
Ugh. Who's next?
Who is next? That is the question I'm trying to figure out. This should be an interesting one. Jono, you know a lot about this guy, and I'm going to be interested to see your take on him.
Really?
Let's talk about Shulk.
Oh. Okay.
Let's talk about Shulk,
Oh.
protagonist of Xenoblade Chronicles 1.
Yep.
Shulk is interesting, because I think he could go in 3 different houses, potentially. First of all, he's not a Slytherin. Just throw that one out.
No.
Shulk is
No.
not a
No.
Slytherin.
Mm-hmm.
But Shulk could be a Hufflepuff. His journey pretty much is... Shulk's journey starts out as a revenge plot for reasons that I'm not going to mention. But it starts out as a revenge plot, and it's like, alright, wanting revenge for your friends or family? Kind of sounds like a Hufflepuff trait to me. I could see that. You're just like, you fuck with my people, you're gonna die. But you could also say that there's Gryffindor nature to it as well, because he's going out exploring, he's becoming a hero, he's doing all the big things. But then there's Ravenclaw. Shulk, as a contrast to, I think we could safely say, most JRPG protagonists, Shulk is a smart fucker. Shulk is I think he's an inventor, isn't he? I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, he's at least an he does engineering. He studies the Monado pretty much as soon as he was able to get his hands on it, trying to figure out all of its secrets. And that kind of what it makes me lean Ravenclaw for Shulk, but I think there's a strong Hufflepuff lean as well. Gryffindor I'd put as 3rd place, but that's kind of where I'm looking at him.
Yeah, I mean, with any hero or most heroes, most protagonists in these games, especially like a JRPG or SRPG, I think they're going to have very strong Gryffindor tendencies, just given the nature of the game itself. It's naturally explorative because you're often traveling the world. And you're the lead of the party, so there's again, the brave heroism is prevalent, but also Shulk, for all of his inventive and intuitive nature, is very naive when it comes to handling his romances and his.
Hey, it's better than Rex. He does better than Rex.
Oh boy.
Oh, Rex made off better than him. I'll tell you that much.
Wait, let me tell you something, Zach. Let me tell you something. If somebody was to come up to you and say, I love you, is your response, I love you too? And all you guys, to the whole group, is that the response?
Oh no.
Is that the response? Oh, the poor kid did not know. He did not know. Oh.
But for all of that to say, I mean, memes aside, he is very intuitive, and yeah, he does start out. He works in a shop or with Dunban and a few others in their initial city, which I'm blanking on, as an engineer and works on machinery for the ongoing war against the Mechon and whatever. He's very interested in technology. Even before the events of this game come out. And then, yeah, he does happen upon the Monado, again, per Dunban. And that being as complex of an instrument as it is, I mean, it's a blade that does not affect natural organisms. It affects robots, and he's learning about that and applying himself to the 5 different arts. There's a lot that goes into the structure of the Monado. And for someone to understand that before, like, all of the magic and god shit comes out of it, Yeah, it does.
Wild.
Yeah. It makes him smarter, I think, than he is naive, even though it's so readily memeable. Now, if this were Rex, we'd be throwing him into Hufflepuff, but he's not in this game.
Yeah.
But I agree with I think I agree with you on the lean for Ravenclaw. I think there's a strong Hufflepuff there, but I think Ravenclaw's a little stronger. It speaks to the core of the character a little more.
Curb, what do you think?
Gotcha. So unfortunately, I have not played this game. I haven't played this gameplay stuff, so I was doing some wiki research on it too. And I think I'm going to also go with Ravenclaw on this as well. I do agree with, like, it seems like a generic JRPG a lot of times does sway Gryffindor, kind of like you said. And I can see the Hufflepuff stuff for it, but a lot of the characterization I see in him, like, it specifically calls out that as a character, he prefers brains over brawn.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, that fits a lot, actually. I like that. That makes sense for what he is for it. So I was just educating myself a little bit on it. So I'm going to agree with you on Ravenclaw for that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, not every Ravenclaw is immediately studious anyway. I mean, you have Luna Lovegood, and so that kind of...
Yes, my girl!
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jono, next pick is yours.
Yeah. Okay, Piranha Plant. Slytherin, fuck that motherfucker, little rat bastard son of a bitch. It is Slytherin.
I mean, I can't put it in Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw. I don't think I can put it in Gryffindor. It's kind of just like a default option.
It's a beast. All that it knows is blood and meat.
Let's just say though, just because something's a henchman or an obstacle doesn't automatically make it Slytherin. I think if
Crab and
Goomba
Goyle.
What?
Crab and Goyle are henchmen.
I know. I mean, in general, video game stuff. Because, like, would you call Goombas Slytherins? I'd call them Hufflepuffs, honestly.
I would only because of this, and Hufflepuff took the rest.
But Piranha Plant, the only redeeming factor that it has is sometimes it sleeps, and you can go, "Oh, that's cute."
Piranha
Say the
Plant
same thing about
stole
Voldemort.
somebody else's invitation, and that's my canon.
Yep.
That's my canon.
And the owl that came with it.
I will go with Piranha Plant in Slytherin. I will not challenge this.
Look at him.
Also, look at that smile in that picture there. Look at that. Like that. Yeah, that's not a nice smile.
Mm-hmm.
That smile says, "I can get away with something. I'm going to steal your social security
That
number."
smile says, "Got him, Waluigi. Maybe next time, baby."
That is, I still take that personally.
Yeah.
Just in case anyone was wondering. Okay.
If you would like to help him with his financial compensation, please donate to his GoFundMe.
Oh boy.
All right. Where is it?
You have to make it, and we put the link in post.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It'll
I
be
wonder if that
right
would
here.
go viral.
Right here.
I wonder if we'd be on like the Today Show for this. It would be great.
Oh, absolutely.
I would have to legally change my name to Waluigi.
Anywho.
Or you. We need to get you an outfit.
Curb, we need your next character.
Yes, we do. I'm looking at some of this area that kind of has... I'm just looking at the general. I'm crossing them off and putting what they have on there from what we're going through. I think I would be very curious to see the answer for this one. So I'm going to go with Princess Peach.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I think
Hufflepuff.
Yeah, Hufflepuff.
I don't really see anything else otherwise for it.
There's an argument for Ravenclaw. Honestly, there's an argument for Ravenclaw. As you look at the Paper Mario games.
Oh, yeah.
The Peach in the Paper Mario games is a Ravenclaw.
Mm-hmm.
She sneaks out of wherever she's kept captive.
Mm-hmm.
And she seeks out information that she can then pass on to Mario, and she does it in a pretty good way. Granted, I'm saying this, I'm just like, this doesn't technically sound like a Ravenclaw trait. This kind of sounding more like a Gryffindor trait. But I think she can still lean Ravenclaw. That said, Hufflepuff.
Yeah,
Easy
I think
hardcore.
Yeah, we live in a world where, in the next Smash, Paper Mario could be a character in the game. Then you'd have Mario and Paper Mario. So differentiating Paper Peach from Peach, Hufflepuff.
He'll come in with his shiny sticker slippers attacks.
And like the giant fan.
And
a splash of color from his hammer.
And then an
and
origami.
Whatever the hell the battle system was from Origami King. We'll throw that in there too.
Spin a wheel and then you go in a line.
Yeah. That is so cumbersome. I didn't even bother. Okay. So
anyway, Peach is a Hufflepuff. There is no contest.
Yeah. I think I kind of agree with that one too. There's not really much else to say on it.
She may be Gryffindor in the Mario movie, I will say, but that's not out
yet. Yeah, but that movie's not out yet, so we can't take it into consideration.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, alternate universe, we'll get to it. Technicalities.
Oh no.
I mean, all right, so let's go. God, that franchise still has like 5 characters that we need to start using some of them. The 6 characters actually. Jesus, no, I'm going with one of them now. Corrin. Fire Emblem Fates. Corrin. Interesting. Okay, because Corrin is a difficult character to kind of discuss because one of them are an avatar, but also they have 3 different games where you can side between. You can side between like the family that kind of kept them in prison, but they lived with for all their life. The family that was just like, hey, we're trying to rescue you, but also you don't know us. So as far as you're concerned, we might be evil. But then you can also just be like, y'all, fuck both of you. I'm going down my own path, and that's the 3rd game. And Fates is a weird game.
Some would even call it bad.
Yeah. The only house that doesn't sound right is Ravenclaw. That's the only house that doesn't sound right to me for Corrin. Gryffindor, I mean, again, they're depending on what route you're going through, they're trying to essentially stop a war. That sounds pretty Gryffindor to me. Slytherin, depending on the route you're doing, they can go about things in a very sneaky way, like trying to take it down from the inside, but also kind of being dumb about it. And then there's Hufflepuff, where they're also just trying to keep people fucking alive. It's like, I have family. Hey, family, please don't kill each other. Oh, God, why is family killing each other?
Yeah. Very true.
Oh, that's
yeah, it's. I could almost see the Slytherin angle, and there's not going to be. I don't think there's going to be very many opportunities to say, a Fire Emblem character or a hero character in general is a Slytherin. So there's opportunity there, and you said it from the. I'm blanking on the title. What is it? Revelations for the 3rd.
Yeah. Conquest,
so Revelations.
Revelations
route, Corrin. I mean, definitely you're going down that path, saying I'm going to strike out on my own, individually, figure this all out for myself, because all of you frustrate me, and I can accomplish this better on my own. So there's the argument there. Although I think I still maintain the Hufflepuff lead, just because, again, it's very family oriented. The story, where you have the Norians and the Hoshidans fighting each other, and the Hoshidans are your adoptive family you've known your entire life. The Norians are the family that you've known for a very small amount of time, but they're your biological family, and you're trying to keep those ties together, or more or less.
Biological family, and then you go to romance with your sister. It's like, well, we're not technically related. It's like,
yeah, and that's the Fire Emblem game with the face rubbing. It's,
yeah.
Oh my god!
In the Japanese version, they cut it out of the international release, which good. But why was it ever here? They're
fighting for. The meme is with Ike because of the victory, pose, but Corin really fights for their friends, like really hard.
You're right.
Yep.
After hearing all the talk about it and kind of perusing the wiki on it, I'm also going to throw my hat in for Hufflepuff on this one.
All right. Corin is a Hufflepuff.
Yep.
I think that's
Makes
very
sense.
fair.
Mm-hmm.
Jono,
Yeah.
give scared.
Okay. We Fit trainer.
Oh my gosh. That one is going to be a strange one.
Hufflepuff.
Yes, it is.
Hufflepuff.
Yes, it is.
It's easy.
And
It's
the
obvious. It's Hufflepuff. We've
Mhm.
Trainer is all about a healthy lifestyle and helping other people achieve that healthy lifestyle. It's yoga.
Well-
they want people to have good bodies and sit.
In my opinion, that makes them a Slytherin.
What? How does they a Slytherin? What?
They're forcing their ideals onto us.
What? No.
What?
That's
I'm-
not a Slytherin
Yeah.
trait.
We fit trainer. I'm gonna
Slytherin
stay
traits are
jolly. Thank
ambition,
you.
resourcefulness, determination, and clever. Oh God, Solid Snake is a Slytherin.
No.
I mean, that makes sense.
Resourcefulness,
the
determination, and cleverness. I mean, but what part of that is fucking Weepit Trainer?
Oh, I thought. Oh, did I say Slytherin? I meant Gryffindor.
That one doesn't even
What
make
part
sense either.
of courage, bravery, nerve, and chivalry is Weepit Trainer?
Well, she has a lot of nerve telling us to play We Fit.
Oh my god. I'm just waiting for her to go, oh, did I say Gryffindor? I'm sorry, I meant Ravenclaw.
What part of... Why does it only say welcoming eccentric people?
Yes!
That's the wrong... What? What part of outstanding intelligence and creativity is Weepit Trainer?
Did I say Ravenclaw? I meant Puckwudgie.
Oh my god! I'm a pug. That's my American house.
I mean, after we do like come back next season, we do the list for these characters. We can put them in there.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that.
Ilvermorny. Yeah.
Wudgie.
They're Ilvermorny houses.
Nah.
Oh Lord.
Nope. I'm ending the nonsense. I think Hufflepuff too, if we're gonna put them anywhere.
Yeah.
Nothing makes sense otherwise.
All right,
Soon we'll see
Curb.
the light.
bring it back.
Bring it back. I'm gonna bring it back, and I think an interesting one we can do is going to be Lucas.
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff.
Also-
just yeah, that was good. That was
To be
good.
fair, I have not played Mother 3. I've only played Earthbound out of that series. But my knowledge of Lucas is Scaredy Boy has to... Oh, wait a minute! Gryffindor! He's the Neville Longbottom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lucas starts
Yeah.
out as a very scaredy boy, but basically has to eventually stand up and fight and stop Porky from ruling the world.
Yep.
Lucas is a Gryffindor.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see it. But what do you think, Herb? What were your thoughts?
I definitely was curious about it because I know, like, I was referencing it back and trying to figure out, okay, so that's where we put Ness and trying to relate with that too. But, like you mentioned, I haven't really figured out more of that outside of it.
Ness's journey starts out because an alien fly buzzes up to him and be like, I'm from the future. You're going to save the world. And Ness is just like, okay. And that's just like, Ness's journey starts out like very small. It's like, okay, I'm going to my town. At one point, he gets a message in his head from somebody that's basically just like, hello, person that has never met me. I am trapped. Please save me. And he's just like, okay.
Please save me. I'll be good with Gryffindor on that one too, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I'm just
I think
kind of
that's
trying
a
to
fair-
read through it. Mm-hmm.
I think it's a fair call.
Okay.
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 Next up, God, fuck it. We've done so many weird ones. I'm not gonna do that yet. Let's talk about somebody with fucking God, Meta Knight.
Okay.
Let's talk about Meta Knight. My first thought with Meta Knight was Hufflepuff. Because, like, pretty much whenever he fights Kirby, it's like, oh, you don't have a sword? Have a sword. And then he fights. But then I was looking at the traits, and one of Gryffindor's traits is fucking chivalry. And that's
Mhm.
Meta Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly,
think-
when
yeah.
my first gut was gonna be Gryffindor too.
Yeah, I think that there could be an argument for him for any house besides Ravenclaw. But
Oh, I thought you
But,
said.
yeah.
I thought you were saying it should be
besides
Gryffindor. I was like,
Ravenclaw.
what? What?
What are you on?
It's
But-
Jono. Don't ask that.
But yeah, I think Gryffindor might fit him best because chivalry is in his nature,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
it's in his name. He's a knight. He's a meta knight.
It's true. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know we were getting
Mhm.
meta up in here.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Facebook and
Facebook.
Instagram. We got that.
No, no, you made it worse.
I unfriend you.
All right.
All right. Who are we talking about next?
Let's go through the list and see. Pac-Man.
Pac-Man, you say?
Yeah, what a guy.
Okay, Pac-Man. Pac-Man, man, you just can't. Why are you just picking all the troll ones? Like I'm trying to space things, but it's like we can't go 3 without a fucking troll pick. Fucking God. Pac-Man's a Hufflepuff. I probably, maybe, I don't know.
Well, Pac-Man has a lot of friends and family that he cares about, and that's the crux of his journey in games like Pac in Time and Pac-Man World. So you're probably right. Although he also relishes in chasing and consuming his enemies.
When they're not chasing him.
But we
He's
don't know
extremely-
why.
yeah.
Yeah, like they start out chasing him. We don't know why. All we know is that in later games, it's like, oh yeah, those mischievous ghosts. By the way, we're also friends sometimes.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
I
So he's
don't.
friends with his enemies
Mhm.
occasionally. Pinky,
That's so
Pinky,
helpful.
Winky, and Clyde. All those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Curb.
I don't know. Originally, I was thinking like maybe some Gryffindor, but I think that falls into is this just because they're protagonists? Curb, is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Probably.
Mm-hmm. So I think I'm gonna agree with Hufflepuff on there actually.
He's even yellow. And one time he rode a wooden doll.
That's true.
He's
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Pac-Man is canonically a mecha pilot.
Yep.
Anyway, Curb, who are we picking next?
In Street Fighter X Tekken, as well as Pac-Man 1.
Mm. So we're kind of giving some love to most houses except one because you've only had one from this one so far, and that was a troll one anyway. So I'm gonna try to see if I can pick one specifically for this house and see what happens.
That's also what I was going to do next.
Yes.
Nice.
So how about Wolf?
Wolf O'Donnell, leader of Team Star Wolf. This might surprise you.
I don't know enough about him, so yeah.
Wolf is the anti-hero of Star Fox. You know, he can't let Fox do that. It's what he says.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, you know, Wolf is just an antagonistic force. He gets hot. He's another mercenary. He gets hired by Andros to try and help him out and shoot down his opponents. But here's the other thing about Wolf. Wolf knew Fox's dad. Fox's dad asked Wolf to look after his son, and Wolf has been doing that. That's a Hufflepuff trait right there.
I don't know. Is the duty bound part of it somewhat Gryffindor too? What do you think?
Technically, but that's not like. I wouldn't take the other traits of Gryffindor and say that these apply to Wolf. You know, courage, bravery. That's not really Wolf. He has Slytherin traits easily with his cunning and his resourcefulness. But I would not label him a Gryffindor. I think he's either Slytherin or Hufflepuff.
Yeah, I was leaning Slytherin myself, just because at the core of the character himself, he is not bad. Like Starwolf is an antagonistic force in that they are a enemy mercenary group. So that's insofar as why they're against Star Fox. Although you would be darned to learn that in some of the earlier games. Like he comes out as the outright antagonist. He's very antagonistic towards Fox. He has the man responsible for killing Fox's father on his team and does not go out of his way. You know, if he were bold and brash enough as a Gryffindor would be, he would have handled Pigma himself. And he didn't. And instead played a long game and let things kind of slither along. Oh
boy.
My lean is Slytherin on him.
Okay. He's a Slytherin with a code of honor.
Yeah. Kind of the Snape of the Nintendo cabal, if you will. But not really, because Snape was a piece of shit.
Yeah, Snape's a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not romanticize Snape.
Yeah, what a guy.
What a guy.
Wolf actually outright holds a rose in some of his official artwork, so he is very romantic.
Yay.
That is true.
But I think I'm going to go Slytherin for him, too.
That was Panther Caruso, actually. Yes.
Who the frick is Panther?
He's a panther.
Mm.
Wolf is a wolf. Fox is a fox. Crystal is a... Wait.
Oh. No, I was looking at the remaining roster to pick them. Like, wait, which one's Panther?
No, Panther is on Team Star Wolf.
Okay.
All right.
Panther's on the Phantom Thieves.
Also true. The panther from Star Fox is literally a panther who is it's like an Antonio Banderas knockoff, essentially.
That's what I wanted to ask. I'm like, well, is Crystal literal Crystal? What happened there?
No, Crystal is a fox.
Oh my god.
That's right. That was the joke.
One way.
Fox is a fox. Wolf is a wolf. Panther's a panther. Crystal is... Wait. She's not a crystal.
Yep. Leon Pulowski is a chameleon.
Slippy Toad is a toad. Falco is a falcon.
Slippy Toad is probably both Slippy and a toad.
I mean...
It's very, very wet.
Okay, on to the next one.
On to the next one. Let's discuss... man, sometimes it's just like when you're trying to think of just like something that can complement and balance, you're just like, man, everything just fits like it's something similar that we've just done. Let's go. Incineroar.
Oh no.
Incineroar.
Okay,
Mhm.
hold on. I've
The-
got the wiki up.
The fire
me.
dark starter of the Alola region.
Furry bait.
Furry bait, heel wrestler. Why are you not firefighting? Because we would outrage. That's the real reason.
Yeah.
Incineroar, I think, can go in one of two places. He's not Ravenclaw, and he's not Hufflepuff. Incineroar is either Gryffindor or Slytherin. Incineroar is very heavily picked out of the trope of having a heel type character, which is, it's an antagonist, really. And he plays it up in his animations a lot. He's the heel archetype in wrestling shows. So is he the Gryffindor because he likes acting out and playing this part and just like being this huge part of the spotlight? Or is he a Slytherin because he's specifically choosing the heel traits and he's being a jerk? He had to have had ambition to get to where he is at in his heel wrestling. Which is he?
Mm-hmm. I have Mylene, which I would say is Slytherin. He's not outright bad, but he is a dick, and that is kind of the crux of his personality.
Okay. Mylene was Gryffindor, pretty much because like Gryffindors have this big thing of just like going out there, being the one that everyone looks at,
True.
pretty much forcing you to pay attention to them. So that's kind of where I was looking at him as a Gryffindor.
Mm-hmm.
Kurt?
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm. Oh god, am I breaking the tie between Slytherin and Gryffindor here?
Not necessarily. You could say Ravenclaw.
He's not Ravenclaw. He's not Hufflepuff.
Okay, then yes, you're essentially breaking a tie, unless you could also convince another one of us to change where we're leaning.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna lean Slytherin. I have that's what sucks is we are using the reference of Incineroar itself, and this is like I get a lot of it with the whole thing with is this as the characters kind of thing. So I did want to think of that and mention it that I do believe it more Slytherin because with the character for Ashes and Incineroar specifically, it's calling it out here. Lytton had a tendency to attack or steal Ash's food, showing off cunning and slick characteristics to its enigmatic personality.
I think that sells it right there.
Yeah.
I believe so too. It's a lot of it also being incredibly stubborn, tends to keep its emotions and motives hidden.
Did Ash's Lytton evolve?
Ash's Lytton has fully evolved to an Incineroar.
Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to mention that too because as from when I'm reading for it, the Incineroar I believe was part of let me double check here just to be sure, but I'm pretty sure when Ash became the champion of Alola, Incineroar was on his team.
I mean, it fucking should be. It was his starter for the region.
True. I did want to mention that though, just because how we mentioned that's just for the region, but how now he's actually the champion of the world too and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I did want to tie that in because we were bringing up Lucario earlier. I did just want to give that shout out. His Lucario was part of the winning worlds team as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was cool. And rereading it, yeah, Lucario's Hufflepuff. Ash's Lucario also is Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Jono, what you got?
Yeah, let's do this.
I'm worried.
Daisy.
Daisy.
Mhm.
Okay. What are you thinking about Daisy?
You know, as far as her canon appearances go in Super Mario games, we just have Super Mario Land where she stands there and Mario's like, Daisy, Daisy. And she's like, thank you, Mario. And that was the end.
Accurate.
The wonders of the 8-bit era. But in the sports games, we get a boatload of personality from her, arguably by some might say too much. Some are a little. I've grown to be ambivalent or even like her in some appearances. But yeah, some people are like, oh my gosh,
she's absolutely the tomboy compared to Peach.
Mhm.
Absolutely, yeah. She's a tomboy. She's an explosion of personality. Yeah, it would be interesting to see her in a meteor role in a main game Mario game with her differences from Peach. I would find it hard to believe that she would constantly be getting kidnapped.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
when you look at their game personalities, if you were to tell Peach and Daisy that, all right, we need you two to go on a journey to save the world, I think Daisy is more likely to be like, hell yeah, I'm in. Peach, I mean, Peach has been a protagonist in a game, Super Princess Peach, but I think Peach's more likely first reaction to go is, oh my.
Yep. And none like the George Takei sense either. Just like very, it's like, oh yeah, oh my, no thanks. Yeah, and gosh, brief sidebar: Super Princess Peach is like aged poorly. They should redo the idea. It's like a woman goes on an adventure to save her boyfriend through the power of her emotions,
While
which are of
using
course
the vibe scepter. That's what helps her get in tune with her emotions. The vibe scepter.
I didn't realize that this was compatible with the PlayStation Move.
It's compatible with something else too.
Interesting.
Nice. No wonder they sold Super Princess Peach exclusively at Spencer's in certain regions.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Strange game.
Strange.
She is. Yeah, I think that Daisy. We've been on a little bit of a Slytherin kick, but I think that you can make the argument. Actually, but rather, I think that she's Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Curb. Who are you picking?
Who is this one?
That's Panther.
No, it's not Panther. The problem is for me, like some of them just blend in for me, so I have to keep double checking because like all the what's they're called, all of the Fire Emblem ones blend together for me.
That's fair.
So it's like, well, crap. I know nothing about them.
Why do you think I said foreign?
Yeah, you're covering them for me. It's great. Can we do Kazuya from Tekken?
Yeah.
We know what he is.
Yes, we do.
We absolutely do.
He's a Hufflepuff.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Nobody in this game is more loving than Kazuya is. He loves throwing his father into a volcano. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Oh, fuck. He did do that, didn't he?
He sure did.
He's Slytherin. Come on.
He's a hook, line, and sinker Slytherin, yeah.
To be fair, he has good reason for throwing his father into a volcano, because his father did it first.
Right?
The irony of the Tekken story being that Kazuya is definitely worse than Heihachi at this point.
Kazuya has one of the funniest reveal trailers for any Smash character. He's just like, all right, gonna start tossing characters into a volcano now. It's like, fucking what? Fucking what?
All are virgins. I need those sacrifices.
If we want to make Wooden Plank Studios canon, then Kazuya is easily a Hufflepuff because he also brings everybody back to life after Sephiroth kills them all.
What the heck?
It's a funny storyline. It was over a year. Arc. It's a great arc. Oh my god. Well, no, yeah, Kazuya is easily Slytherin. He kicks his father's ass. He takes over the company, basically. And then the whole Mishima family history is just like father, son, and grandson fighting each other, taking over the company, making a new company be a rival, taking over the rival company. It's a vicious cycle. They're all Slytherins. The whole family is Slytherin. Maybe not their mom. I'm not sure about their mom or Kazuya's wife. I'm not sure about her either. Does Jin have a wife? I don't know. I don't know about any of his wives. Yeah, but the boys are all Slytherin. Easy.
And 2 of them are even the devil.
Well,
That's
they have the
true.
devil gene, but
Yeah.
they're not
Yeah.
the devil.
And they fought ogre.
They fought
Oh, that's-
ogre. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The devil makes jeans.
No, the devil wears Prada.
How do you know that?
I know the title. I've never seen it. I just know the title. And come on, how else could I follow that up? It was the perfect follow-up. Fuck you.
Fuck you!
Fuck you.
Fuck yeah!
Fuck you.
Okay, so who's next? Also, fuck you.
Who's next? Go fuck yourself. It's gonna be
Me. It's gonna be me.
All that I do. Do.
Ryu. Ryu
Okay.
from Street Fighter.
Ryu.
So Ryu isn't the most personality heavy in the Street Fighter games, which, you know, again, protagonist character, game came out on the SNES, or was the original Street Fighter on NES or SNES? I don't remember. Anyways, still didn't have much personality until what, Street Fighter 4? Or the Alpha, probably the Alpha games, and maybe, I think it was probably the Alpha games when they actually started adding in story and personality things, and there was like comic tie-ins and whatnot. But Ryu's thing is he is Mr. World Warrior. Ryu, he learned how to fight. He learned the Shotokan techniques when he was young from Goken. And then he pretty much just is like, okay, cool, I can fight now. I just want to travel the world and fight people. The stronger, the better. Give me your best fighters. I would like to fight them and test myself against them. Oh, I won? Bring on who's next. That's Ryu.
So Gryffindor then.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty right too.
He kind of just casually saves the world in the middle of all of it too. So
Yeah.
No,
It's
the
like,
houses would
who's
really
this
fit.
Bison guy? Are you strong? I'll be the judge of that.
We punch
You
in
were
bisons now.
We punch Bison.
We punch
Yes.
bison.
Bison punch.
Bison ha!
Imagine he gets in and he's just a Captain Falcon clone.
No. It's Ganondorf
Yeah.
all over again.
We decloned Ganondorf, but we brought in M. Bison to be the new Captain Falcon clone.
Why not Black Shadow? All right,
Because
Jono.
no one cares about F-Zero
That's true.
anymore. Jono is here, and he picks... looking at the list. Ike.
I fight for my friends.
He does.
But now you are the big. Now I've played a little bit of Path of Radiant Dawn. I don't remember much of it, but you know Ike very well. So
Bye,
I'm going to
Jono.
let you take the lead here.
Okay. Oh, hey! Look at that guy.
Look at
Look
them
at him.
biceps.
Biceps.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, again, at the core of the character, there's a lot of Hufflepuff going on because he starts his journey as part of the Grail mercenaries. Grail being his father, he comes up with this group of people who he knows as his family, as well as his dad and his sister. His initial story, like Shulk, is driven by revenge against the Black Knight for killing Grail, and then it explodes into something else entirely, JRPG nonsense, and a lot of non-nonsense too. I think it's one of the probably the most stable story in Fire Emblem, in the Fire Emblem franchise, at least out of what was localized. So the argument is there. The memes are not only memes, but they are true. He truly does fight for his friends. He every step of the way, he's very character driven by protecting Alencia, protecting Mist. There's the whole saving the world aspect. But if he did not come in from the angle of, I want to avenge my father's death and I want to protect my family, I don't know that he would have started, because he was a very unfussy person. So again, it's either Gryffindor or Hufflepuff because again, he is the hero. He does a lot on his own. He's the staple of the game, of two games. But at the same time, he leads an army, and the army is comprised of a lot of people that he knows personally, and that he in turn would die for.
So it sounds like your argument is that he is a large Hufflepuff lean because of the kind of similar to what we talked about with Shulk. There's a revenge plot going in there.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody killed his father. He wants to go get revenge against them.
Yeah.
But there's also
yeah.
But he's also got a lot of Gryffindor in him because while that is all true, even before that, he was a mercenary, a very young, still in training mercenary, but a mercenary nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
And after his father's death, he takes over the mercenaries. He's their new leader, and he's responsible for all of them. Despite how some of them don't feel like they should have to listen to him, he's taking charge, and he was pretty much always going to take charge, even if his father didn't go out the way he did.
Yeah, so he's a strong Hufflepuff lean, but he's also taken into consideration a lot more in your face than a typical Hufflepuff would be.
My lean
canonically romances a cat boy.
That's not true.
Yeah.
That is one of possible paired endings that
That's
he
one
has.
of two. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He has more than two.
Yeah.
But the two
But he only goes
the only
away
two
on
that
a boat.
the only two that anybody ever talks about are Catboy and Brooding Boy. So, I mean, take from that what you will, but yeah, makes sense to me. And then there's Priam, which I just don't understand Priam's existence. Period.
I don't like Priam.
I like his design.
Yeah.
I just don't understand the point behind why he exists.
Yeah, I'm Ike's ancestor. It's 2,000 years later, and I am very annoying. And that's the whole of the character. But
I also only exist in one extra paralogue.
Yep.
And then I have nothing in the story at all. I'm literally just here.
Yeah.
Stupid. Yep. Anyways, my lean for Ike is Gryffindor.
Okay.
Jonna, what's your lean?
I'll say Gryffindor as well.
Okay, because unfortunately, not much of the Fire Emblem stuff. Because I was trying to balance it out a little bit, kind of thing. So it's it's not so much that he was a mercenary, but more so the drive in him specifically going to be leading it, kind of thing, and more in your face, kind of thing. It's well, mercenary. Think about that line of work. It doesn't necessarily mean that certain things. What does that mean? He's automatically a Hufflepuff because our other mercenary Cloud is a Hufflepuff. I'm that's not how this works.
Right.
So in comparing them, how they are different with their mercenary stuff, that's why I think I'd agree with the Gryffindor stuff.
Personality-wise, comparing Cloud to Ike, Ike is much more of a leader than Cloud is. Ike is so much more out there, presenting himself as the strong leader type, taking charge. Cloud is... it's so hard to talk about Cloud and keep things...
Cloud has spent most of his life brooding over Zach, and after the last hour, I get
Excuse me?
And well played.
What am I doing again?
Played. All right, that was actually a good one. I'll give you that.
Yay!
Zach. Actually, I got to put Ike in his spot up here. Cool, there he is. Zach, go ahead and give us our next character we're going to discuss.
Greninja. I am pulling up the wiki.
Hufflepuff. Battle Bond Greninja.
Oh.
Ash Greninja. They're in sync in every way that they can.
I'll
be without being weird.
Only a Hufflepuff will try to wrap their tongue around their neck.
Why?
Yeah, that's a tongue. That's not a scarf.
Now, I don't know how like Ash's, Froakie, or slash Greninja kind of acts the enemy, so I'm sure you're looking that up for us.
I am.
But
Got it.
Greninja, my knowledge is basically just like, okay, he's the Ninja Frog, and then in the anime, he has the Battle Bond ability, so him and Ash can more or less do a spiritual fusion, and you get Ash
Right.
Greninja, and they essentially power up Greninja that way, which is how Ash is able to take on Mega Evolution, because he doesn't really do it himself, that I recall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so wait, what did you say yours was then?
Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna speak first, so I'm not the one breaking the tie on this. I'm gonna make Jono break a tie. From what I'm reading through on this, I'm gonna call Greninja Gryffindor.
Why?
Huh?
So we've got a lot of different stuff because like this is another example of okay, base it more off of what we've got from the show and the anime and stuff. So I'm gonna read some passages from here as I'm skimming through and trying to pick up stuff that is specific about the personality of it specifically. So here we go. It's a stubborn and picky eater. It is also extremely similar to Ash personality-wise, as it is not afraid to leap into danger regardless of its own safety and doesn't back down from a fight. Continuing more for it, Greninja seems to appreciate and respect bravery and selflessness, and as such aims to be so himself. Greninja has been shown to enjoy battling and seems to enjoy the opportunity to fight a strong opponent. A lot. I'm trying to find more of it. It's impressive. Surprise.
I don't think you need to.
Yeah, I
I
think,
think you've sold
Gryffindor
it.
is.
It's Gryffindor.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Which is funny because, like, for the ninja look, we wouldn't like have expected that as easily there.
Yeah.
Good judgment of character. Just getting through more of it too. Gen concern for safety, caring of its friends, but it's a lot of people too. It also seems to relish in both the thought and the action of defeating a strong opponent.
I already moved into Gryffindor.
I'm just
already.
finding more. Okay,
He's there.
Here we go. He be Gryffindorin.
Next character is the character from the base roster of Smash Ultimate that I was most excited by.
Uh-oh.
They are my friend. They are a kid.
Sephiroth.
They
Oh.
are a squid.
Yeah.
They
They're
are the
squid!
Inkling! Sephiroth wasn't base roster.
I know.
Fuck you.
I was just trying to think of who would be someone be funny to say as your friend.
Hell yeah, Inkling! Splatoon is amazing. Fuck yeah. So here's the Inkling. In all three of the Splatoon games, well, Splatoon 3 is a little bit different. In Splatoon 1 and 2, you're basically just like, alright, cool. I want to go to the center of Inkling Society, Inklopolis Square / Plaza, whatever that fucking is in the game, and I'm gonna go join the sports league essentially. It's like, all right, so we can cross off Ravenclaw.
Sports league.
But then also, there's somebody by a manhole. That's weird. I wonder what that's all about. And you go to the manhole, and they're just like, I knew I chose correctly. It's like, what? 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 You ready to help us fight a war? What? Here's your gun. Okay.
Yep.
They're Gryffindor. The Gryffindor.
Yep.
They, not only were they just going to be like, I'm going to go join this action-packed sports league, essentially. But then it's also just like, wait, but hold on. I'm going to be fighting now? There's a whole underground war, and I'm going to go fight it? You know what? You son of a bitch. I'm in.
I've never held a Wii U gamepad with as much gusto as I did playing that game.
Same.
It's like...
It's the only game on Switch where I will use motion controls.
Yeah, I think it would be a little awkward if it didn't have motion controls.
I've tried.
Oh God.
Did not like.
Still doesn't help us when we play against Kelly, though.
That's correct. That's why we play with Kelly.
Yep. What a guy.
What a pepperoni.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You can say that again.
Well, we did it. We both said Gryffindor, but we didn't really get Curb's perspective. So, Curb, what do you think about the Inkling there?
Jono, what did you say again?
Oh, I agreed with Xantog.
So honestly, yeah, doesn't really fit the
Mhm.
others. It's not like they look devious enough for Slytherin stuff for the competition wise, and the other two just really don't fit. So I'm gonna agree with you there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, Jono, what's up?
we had three
Okay,
Gryffindors in a
Jono.
row.
I know.
We also had a
Uh,
lot of Hufflepuffs in a row and Slytherins in a row.
We're
Mhm.
working on it, yeah.
Bowser Jr.
Bowser Jr.
Bowser Jr.
All right, what are your thoughts on Bowser Jr.?
He's a junior.
Yeah, he is a junior. He's a villain. Most people would automatically say Slytherin, and there's precedent for it. Throughout the new Super Mario Brothers games, he's one of the primary antagonists. Certainly doesn't do a lot of good, but we have to remember his reason for being bad is that his dad is Bowser, and Bowser has convinced him in the events of Super Mario Sunshine that Peach is his mom. So when he goes out and acts as Shadow Mario and
I didn't know
frames
that.
Mario, yep,
Yeah,
he is
Bowser
acting
Jr.
in
in
protection
that
for his
game
family.
legitimately believes that Peach is his real mother. He
Yeah.
actually believes that. Bowser fed him that line. By the end of the game, he finds out that she's not.
Mhm.
But
Yep. And then in Bowser's Fury, he teams up with Mario.
that was the point I was going to bring up. Bowser's Fury is why Bowser Jr. is not a Slytherin. Because in Bowser's Fury, Bowser Jr. the whole plot of the game is because Bowser Jr. played a prank, and he ended up causing Fury Bowser to exist. And instead of the Slytherin thing to do, it's just like, my dad's out of the picture. I'm in charge. No, instead he's just like, Mario, help me save my dad. Not a Slytherin.
Mhm.
He's not a Slytherin.
Maybe someday he could become a Slytherin, but as of now,
Yeah.
not a Slytherin.
It's kind of like a Donkey Kong Jr., Cranky Kong situation. Yep. So, yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
And if he's not a
But
Slytherin, there's not really much else he can be.
besides a Hufflepuff.
Besides a Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
Unless somebody's wiki research is going to tell us otherwise.
Not really. There's not much to go off of.
Alright.
He's just Bowser Jr. is sometimes influenced by his father's temper and bad attitude in any villainous acts. In Mario Party Island Tour, it is revealed he would rather be a hero but does not want to disappoint his father.
And Mario Party which?
Island Tour.
Island Tour.
Interesting.
A party video game developed. So it's I don't know if that's necessarily canon because it's like a party game. It's got.
Hey,
looking at the,
they haven't said it's not canon. Therefore, it is canon.
okay, I don't know. I couldn't confirm. It's like,
Cool. Yeah.
but
So-
Peach eats cereals all the time. Why are we playing tennis with him?
Bowser Jr. wants to be hero. That's an interesting. That's very curious to me. It's very curious.
Mm-hmm.
I think Hufflepuff.
All right.
Because
Hufflepuff it is.
unwavering loyalty to his dad. Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for one of the most difficult characters to discuss. We're finally getting to this.
Wait.
Oh boy.
Who picked Bowser Jr. though?
Oh, right. It's your turn. Never mind.
I am here. I matter. Thank you. Fuck you. We're getting a
Fuck
troll.
you.
Character. You're getting a troll character. This. We're doing
Fuck.
Mr. Game and Watch now.
Oh, okay. That's not who I was going to do.
Yay.
Mr. Game & Watch is not an easy decision.
No, that's what you get. Doesn't really seem like he has a personality.
He doesn't. Mr. Game & Watch isn't even technically a character.
This is where we should have like a fifth category that's like
Eh.
Squib.
Nope. Nope, we're not
Don't
copping
do
out.
it. Don't
We're not
do it.
copping out.
We're not copping out.
Mr. Game & Watch. See, here's the problem with Mr. Game & Watch. All the Game & Watch, the games that are on the Game & Watch system, those are not Mr. Game & Watch. Those characters are not
Right.
Mr. Game & Watch. They're just characters. They are girl at gas station. They are boy with flag. They are lion tamer. They are ambulance driver. But then in Melee,
Right.
Sakurai creates Mr. Game & Watch and just combines pretty much everything from the Game & Watch games into this one character model.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So there's not really a character here. Even looking at Super Smash Bros. Brawl Subspace Emissary, where the characters all interact with each other, Mr. Game & Watch is literally just used by the bad guys to harvest shadow bugs so that they can create pyramids and other enemies. So he doesn't even have anything there.
Yeah.
And then in There Will Be Brawl, Mr. Game & Watch is an apocalyptic eldritch abomination. So that's the thing.
So he's Slytherin.
I mean, the best arguments I have is, hey, look, he's trying to take everybody's job, so he's a Slytherin. Or, hey, look, he's doing everything for the community, so he's a Hufflepuff.
Hey, look, he's made out of a dark energy that evildoers can use for their advantage.
But he's also not doing it willingly. They have him hooked up to a thing that's draining him of this energy.
That's true. If he were willing,
he would
do
he
anything
would not
willingly.
be hooked up.
Yeah. If he were doing anything willingly, it would be taking over the world himself because he is evil.
Okay.
Yep.
Curb, what are your thoughts
Yep.
on Mr. Game & Watch?
This is why I picked him. He definitely seems strange. It's funny because I'm reading of like the reception of him as a character and stuff. There's an interesting part of it of how like people started criticizing him more specifically because of a Super Smash brawler that was known for using him as well. That was an interesting bit of tidbit I have on here.
Oh, buddy.
What's
Into
the controversy?
Well, not necessarily controversy, but an interesting way that it's like the character's being dragged down because of the guy using him.
There was
in
also
20
controversy in Ultimate with him. Because in
Well, there's a-
Ultimate, they changed it to where, like, whenever he's doing in previous games, whenever he would do an attack, he would just, like, bring out the object from the attack. So, like, he'd hold out a flag. Or he would hold a turtle. But then in Ultimate, they changed it so that he actually looks like whatever character was doing those actions in that game. And one of them was an Indian character, which had controversy to where they ended up removing the feather from his head. That occurred.
You know what? This is a Hogwarts themed episode. J.K. Rowling would have loved that. So.
She would have cried out about the censorship.
Anyway.
It's a really strange one. I don't have a good place to put him.
Let's
What are you
put
gonna
him
flip a coin?
in.
Flip a die? Roll a die? Got it?
Hey, shut up!
Oh my god.
I'm trying to come up with an argument, and you're being stupid.
Flip some cards.
I'm gonna mute you.
Yeah, you can
So,
do that.
Mr. Game & Watch, let's look at this fucking angle here. Mr. Game & Watch represents it all.
Oh, man.
He's the one representing all of Game & Watch. How did he become the one to represent all of it instead of these other characters? Did he... What?
He killed him?
No, that's not where else can you go. But it's more like, did he get them out of the way? Like, did he fucking put an argument for instance, like, you have to pick me because I'm the only one that could do this or whatever? I don't fucking know. I don't know. It's Mr. Game & Watch, guys. The Hufflepuff? Slytherin?
All the rest. And the rest.
And all the rest!
If he's all the games, he's all the rest. Let's do it.
I don't got any other argument.
He doesn't have anything strong for the others. Okay, let's just honestly, is that a cop out?
Nope.
It's still on brand. It's not like he fits in the other three houses.
He doesn't. He doesn't. Hufflepuff took the rest.
Hufflepuff.
Now then, let's get to a character that's going to be even more difficult to discuss than Mr. Game & Watch. I am, of course, talking about Baby Eric, otherwise known as the Mii sword fighter.
The Mii sword fighter?
The Mii's. We gotta talk about them eventually. We might as well get one of them out of the way right here.
That's a fair point.
The Mii's are weird because they are blank slates, but then you can buy costumes to make them wear. You can change their moves. It's a thing. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna solve Mii sword fighter. Originally, I was just gonna make up some bullshit story, and I was gonna be like, "Oh, they're fucking dirt, so they're gonna be in Ravenclaw." I was gonna do that a bit originally, but instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look up the Mii costumes. I'm gonna see what Mii costumes the Mii sword fighter has, and we're gonna see like overall where these characters would kind of slam if they were in a conglomerate together.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only gonna look at the ones that are exclusively Mii sword fighter, so not things that are the Mii brawler. If I
Right.
can find things correctly. Actually, this gotta be an easier way for me to do this. How about? Fuck. All right. So I was trying to look it up on my phone at first, and I was like, the formatting's bad.
Mm.
Okay, good. This has both Smash 4 and Ultimate. I want to see... Okay, so Mii Sword Fighter can be a ninja, can be a pirate, a samurai, can have plate armor like a knight, wear a monkey suit. Yeah, I know. I know.
But do you know?
There can also be Link from The Legend of Zelda. The Crown of the Champions Tunic, the Yiga clan outfit from Breath of the Wild, the Ancient Soldier gear. They can be Chrom from Fire Emblem, the Black Knight, Viridi from Kid Icarus, Ashley from WarioWare, Dunban from Xenoblade, Rex from Xenoblade 2. They got Takamaru from Mysterious Murasami Castle, Isaac from Golden Sun, Lip from Panel de Pon, and whatever. Vince from Art Academy, one of Jonah's favorite games. Zero from Mega Man X. We got Aerith from Final Fantasy VII. The protagonist of Persona 4 and Persona 3. Veronica and Erdrick from the Dragon Quest games. We got Diamond Armor from Minecraft. Okay. Lloyd from Tales of Symphonia. Monster Hunter Armor. Gil from Babylonian Castle Saga that I don't know anything about. Nakaruru from Samurai Showdown. Altair from Assassin's Creed. Travis from No More Heroes, Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins, the Dragonborn from Elder Scrolls, and Dante from Devil May Cry. These are all the outfits the Mii sword fighter can wear.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking of all those in my head, those sound overwhelmingly Gryffindor picks to me.
Agreed.
I agree with that too.
Like nothing. The only thing that sounded like remotely Slytherin was Ashley, and then Ravenclaw wise, nothing stood out besides Veronica. Probably, I would call Veronica probably Ravenclaw. Aerith would have been a Hufflepuff. You could argue the Persona characters as Hufflepuffs. Lip Hufflepuff. Vince, Hufflepuff. Actually, there's a decent amount of Hufflepuff in here. But I think it's more Gryffindor in the overall.
Mm-hmm.
Viridi is a Slytherin, actually.
Yep. Yeah. And then, like, Yiga Clan is Slytherin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm feeling
I think
Gryffindor
overall.
for the Mii sword fighter.
I agree. I mean, where would you put Baby Eric? I think Gryffindor as well.
I would put Baby Eric in the squib category. All right. Jono, what you got? Who are we doing next?
King K. Rool.
King K. Rool. All right. What do you think?
He loves to dress up. He loves bananas and the wealth and the taste that they provide for him. He loves to care for his crew and make sure that they live in good working conditions. So I'm leaning Hufflepuff on this guy.
I mean, he also wants to get rid of the Kongs and blow up Kong Island.
What's genocide so long as you take care of your ship?
Oh my god.
Now, by ship, are we talking about a boat, or are we talking about Cloud X Sephiroth?
Oh God, not that
Ah.
ship. The Gangplank Galleon, of course. I think King K. Rool, he ships himself with other people, but they all happen to be variants of himself, like Baron von Rulenstein and King Crusher K. Rool.
They're probably Poly. I'm gonna guess.
Yeah.
Poly
Yeah.
K. Rool.
Poly K. Rool. I paid it for someone to do a comic of that guy.
No, that's the name of their relationship. It's the name of their ship.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I know.
So my lane is
house.
Slytherin for obvious reasons. He literally just like, I'm gonna steal their bananas because one, fuck them, and two, fuck them. That's his plot. It's like, I'm gonna steal the bananas, and then after that, when he gets his ass beat, he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna steal your bananas again, but this time, it's because I hate you, and I want you to die.
Yep.
Also, I'm going to kidnap you. I'm going to make the younger ones try to... Oh, they beat me? Okay, we'll do it again, but now I'll kidnap another one of you.
Do it all at once.
All right, now I'm going to blow up your island.
Yep.
And then we never heard from him again after that.
Yep.
He showed up to play baseball once, and then he just kind of fucked off into the wind.
Yep.
Slytherin.
What are you thinking, Curb? So we have Slytherin and Hufflepuff.
You actually said Hufflepuff?
For the sake of a tiebreaker, sure.
So I'm gonna say Slytherin. With it, the ambition and the just the gradual villainous behavior. But there is something very specific from Donkey Kong Country after reading up on the wiki, and I'm like, that is a Slytherin move. That is absolutely a Slytherin move. Which I'm sure you all know, you might know what I'm referring to for the end of the thing. Where it's like the final battle, final boss. Halfway through the battle, K. Rool feigns defeat, causing the game's credits to roll. This is an attempt to deceive the player, as he gets back up soon after and must be jumped on a few more times.
Cunning.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm. That is such like a defining character moment of him. It has to be Slytherin for me.
There are very few games that pull a fake out with the credits. And the two that I know of are both Nintendo games, and they're both great games. There's Donkey Kong Country, and then there's Kid Icarus Uprising.
Yep.
And man, the Uprising one is so good.
Yep. It is. It is. Definitely is. You also get like 2/3 of the rest of the game after the Uprising one.
Yeah. All right, so K. Rool's in Slytherin.
Yep.
Even though he loves song and dance. What a guy.
Okay. Curb, why don't you go ahead and pick another character here?
I would like to pick
Luigi.
I was thinking of it. But he's such an obvious one, though. If we go for the Luigi now, though, like what else is like? Let's just do it because what else is Luigi other than Hufflepuff? Honestly,
I would like to reiterate my argument with Lucas. Luigi's defining character trait is his cowardliness, but this fucker also, when he gets told your brother has been kidnapped, and you're the only one that can save him. Multiple times, Luigi has answered the call to save his brother. Whether it's in Mario is Missing, or it's in Luigi's Mansion, or it's in Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, or it's in Luigi's Mansion 3. Luigi answers the call.
He does.
Despite his cowardly nature, he is brave when it matters.
But would that be a display of his loyalty too, though? Because it's not necessarily that he's brave, but he's loyal to get through it.
Because he doesn't. Because I would not call it loyalty. Because there are other times when his brother goes out there and he's just like, "No, you go have fun," Or Mario and Luigi Superstar, where he's just like, oh, Mario, you're going out on an adventure? Okay, have fun, bye-bye. Why are you grabbing me by the arm? I don't want to go. You can handle this on your own. Please don't make me go. I am literally being dragged to the plane against my will. So I'll not say it's loyalty.
Okay, fair. I don't think he's really Ravenclaw or Slytherin either, though.
No.
Neither of those fit.
No.
That one blooper from the 1,000-Year Door would say he's Slytherin.
That's true.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get you to try more games.
Yeah, it's hard to say because both the arguments match. So here we are, once again, leaving it in my hands.
Until
It's never a good idea.
Did you watch them at least?
Yeah, a
Wash
few
with our
times.
hands.
Ah,
What? Oh.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, again, yeah, he definitely has Gryffindor characteristics that drive him to save Mario's ass on multiple occasions. And he's definitely has Hufflepuff characteristics. So, yeah. God. This is really a 50-50 kind of thing. I'm gonna go. I'll go with my gut, which again, I mean, is not the greatest indicator of anything. Yeah, King DDD, here we come. Gryffindor.
Okay. No, I mean, I get it. It is a very close call, especially with Xantok's argument on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Yeah.
So at this point, we are at the 2-hour mark, and we are also very close to having only 30 characters left. Right now, there are 36 characters remaining.
Right.
So we're going to go ahead and power through here. And it's going to be a lot faster than the last time I tried to power through something, and it went 6 hours longer. So we, keep in mind, each of us are going to have 2 more characters left to pick and discuss.
Mm-hmm.
So start thinking about who you want to end things on. I know who I want to end on. But as far as who we're going to talk about next, let me see. It looks like, because I think we have, don't we? Why don't I see? Where is this character? Why do I not see this character at all? I'm looking for a particular character, and I don't want to say who they are.
Did we rank them already?
Never mind. I found, yeah, it was a character we ranked last time. So last time we ranked Young Link. Let's rank another Link. There's 3 of them, so let's do another one here. Let's talk about Toon Link. Let's talk about Toon Link. So Young Link we put in the Gryffindor category. I don't fully remember why, but it makes sense. Toon Link, I think you could argue Toon Link is in Hufflepuff instead of Gryffindor. Most Links, I think you would argue Gryffindor. I think that's a pretty easy bet for most of the different Links in the games. But Young Link's journey starts out with his sister being kidnapped. And that's literally the reason he leaves home. Literally the only reason he leaves home. Sister gets kidnapped. Gotta go save my sister. He's gotta learn sword fighting. He's gotta get grandma's permission. And then after that, I can't remember. I don't remember if he saves her right away. But he essentially gets pulled into an adventure from that point. And you could easily argue Gryffindor for him. But based on that, I would say he easily starts out as Hufflepuff. And then eventually he explores the world. After saving the world, he gets involved into more adventures involving an ocean temple, which is extremely annoying. And we don't. But at least as far as like how he is in the beginning of Wind Waker, he feels Hufflepuff to me.
I think that reads the same for me too. I don't know how, because I feel like the aesthetic really plays into it even more. So where it's like he's so cutesy, it looks that way.
Yeah.
But then again, it didn't exactly do that for Jigglypuff. So
True. And unfortunately, there he is. There's a Wind Waker expert. Wind Waker expert, weigh in.
Weigh in.
Yeah, so the argument again, it's Hufflepuff or Gryffindor. The argument for Hufflepuff is well played out. He goes on a journey to save a sister. Initially, it becomes this whole world-saving thing, but along the way, I think more so than most of the Zelda games, this Link is connected to multiple friends that keep with him throughout the journey. He has Tetra and her pirates. He has Tingle and his cousins.
He has Fado. He
Mhm.
has Medley. He has the
Mhm.
Korok, whose name I can't remember.
Makar, yeah.
Makar.
And the Rito Postman and so on and so
Linebeck.
forth. Yeah, and Linebeck. I mean, yeah, that's true. Canonically speaking, and taking into account like Spirit Tracks with that Toon Link ancestor way later, it's kind of the same idea too. With Zelda in her ghost inside of a suit of armor throughout most of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool idea, but Phantom Hourglass is worse. I'll give it that. So, but of course, there's a lot of Gryffindor going on there too. Despite Toon Link being connected and having a lot of friends, and the reasons why he goes on this journey, he becomes the hero of Winds. He has a lot going on that accentuates his deserving the Triforce of Courage. He may have friends, but he goes into these dungeons mostly alone, does things on his own. So the argument for Gryffindor is definitely there, but I'll go Hufflepuff with you guys on this one. Again, just thinking to his relationships with the King of Red Lions and Tetra in particular. I think that is fair. He may not like it since he has the Triforce of Courage, but it is,
The courage can manifest in
go.
multiple ways.
Yeah, true.
All right.
Yeah, yep.
Jono, make your second to
Oh
last
yeah.
pick.
Okay, my second to last pick is Simon Belmont.
Simon Belmont. Okay.
One of the Castlevania ones, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I
The
don't.
one that looks like Conan the Barbarian.
It's accurate. I don't know much about Simon. Obviously, I really only know Trevor because of the Castlevania show on Netflix.
Great show. Yep.
The first game I don't think had a lot of personality with characters besides Dracula, to my recollection. You know Castlevania a lot better than me, though. So, what do you think?
Yeah, Simon is the archetypal Belmont. He, again, a lot of this is game design. It's the early '80s. There's only so much you can do with an arcade machine or a Nintendo. So you have to fill in a lot of the blanks in your head yourself. And then, as it turns out, he's very dutiful and stoic in his mission to purge the Earth of Dracula's spawn, essentially. So it's very straightforward. There's as you go and commence into later games, you get more personality. Like Richter is going to be a totally different conversation. But this, Simon Belmont is duty bound and chivalrous, and there's not a whole lot more to it. He's there for one thing. And I think that leans Gryffindor. Yeah. Meat in a wall.
Ooh. It's like my natural assumption with Simon, just based on, like, even before you were starting to talk about what we can talk about with him, I was just like, Gryffindor, because he's going out there. He's the one-man army against Dracula. Later Castlevania games seem to bring more characters to kind of back you up. But as far as I'm aware, Simon just goes. It's just him. He's like, all right, I'm gonna take this whole place myself. I'm gonna wrap that crusty old vampire up in chains, and I'm gonna kill him.
Yep.
Yeah, there's really not much else for that one. I think I agree with that.
All right.
Okay.
So now it's my turn.
Mm-hmm. Your
And
second
I'm-
to last pick.
My second to last pick. I kind of want to like just get some like because there's a lot from certain series. I'm like I want to space this out a little bit.
I've been trying to think that as well. Like, who do I want to go with to try and help with that?
Are you looking at Fire
Yeah.
Emblem too?
I'm looking at 2 franchises.
Okay, I was looking at Fire Emblem. We could do. Well, we already covered a lot of big ones for that too.
If you
How-
want a recommendation for a good way to try and break up Fire Emblem, I
Mhm.
would recommend Lucina.
I was thinking it was, I was thinking Lucina too because like I was going to think, is she different? What's going on here? What's
Lucina
is-
and Marth, or no, sorry, Lucina and Crom are descendants of Marth. Lucina is also Crom's daughter from the future, who originally appears disguised as Marth.
Oh wow!
So that's why I would recommend her out of those 3 to do first.
She seems definitely
Mhm.
wild. I'm good with checking out more about her.
All right. So Lucina, as I mentioned, is from the future. A very bad end of future, where the fell dragon Grima has pretty much killed all the heroes and is just taken over. Crom is dead. All the other parents are dead. It's just Lucina leading the children. And at one point, they're just like, fuck, guys, we can't win. Let's go to the past where we have a better chance because Grima won't be at his strongest yet. And they do that. Lucina appears pretty early on. Then the child units will appear as you start pairing up characters together. Once Muriel gets S ranked up with somebody, oh, there's Laurent. Once Pan shacks up, oh, here's Yarn. It happens with all of them like that. And Lucina, she is arguably more of a main character than Crom. Arguably. Robin is the main character. He's the player character avatar. But Lucina is arguably more important than Crom is. I would say, it's a pretty big fucking Gryffindor trait to not only try to lead a charge in a war against a giant evil dragon, but then also just go like, you know what? Fuck this. We're going back in time, and we're gonna have and we're gonna try again because we're gonna lose if we don't. So let's go warn our parents that they're gonna die.
Yep. No, I agree.
And they
I
respond
agree.
like that one day.
hard. It's hard, Gryffindor. Yeah.
I think it makes a lot of sense. I don't know. Once again, this one I'm not really as sure on. Also, I just saw who voiced her. I'm like, oh, no wonder.
Well, she's actually been recast since then.
Yeah.
Nintendo Union stuff. Yeah,
Of
it's
course.
complicated.
So I think I'm gonna lean to Gryffindor because like it does kind of summarize different ones. It's like there could be some slight Ravenclaw in there too, but Nintendo described her in the game as an unwavering warrior with a strong sense of justice and commitment to her family. Her power, determination, and wisdom gained from watching the destruction of the world are priceless strengths. I think she's definitely Gryffindor.
All right.
Okay.
Last picks, everybody.
Last pick. So
Yep.
originally, I had a specific character that I was kind of wanting to build towards. That's my last pick. But there's a franchise in here still with 6 characters. And we gotta cut that down. You gotta cut that a bit. So I'm gonna say, let's do Pokemon Trainer.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
There are 6 Pokemon characters left. Let's do Pokemon Trainer.
Who's the other-
Well, there's Pikachu, Pichu. Oh wait, maybe there's only 5. But that's still 5. Pikachu,
Yeah.
Pichu, Ivysaur, and Charizard are still in. So let's just get the trainer out of the way here.
He's so milquetoast.
He
He's
is.
so plain.
He is. But there's a couple things that you can kind of look at with him. One, hey, he's incredibly good at battling. He has a close type, so he's extremely good at knowing how to fight and how to take care of his Pokemon. There's Ravenclaw traits in there. He makes real tight bonds with his Pokemon and enriches their friendship values. So there's Hufflepuff in there. He kicks Giovanni's ass. And he's just like, oh, Team Rocket, you're going to try and pull this shit? Not on my fucking watch. There's some Gryffindor traits there. But then also he's just like, yo, I became a trainer like yesterday, but I'm going to be the champion in a week. Watch me. So there's your Slytherin traits. What do?
What do?
Because he exemplifies they exemplify traits of all 4 houses.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's difficult to say because a lot of this is what the it's coded to kind of what the player decides too,
Mm-hmm.
and how they choose to play their game.
Like my Pokemon trainer, it feels like how I play. I would probably put them in Ravenclaw because I play to complete the Pokedex.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say like that's probably big ass Ravenclaw vibes. But also, if you're just doing like straight up battling, actually, also thinking more. If you're just doing like just playing to beat the Pokemon League, then that's probably Gryffindor, Slytherin, maybe some Hufflepuff. But there's also competitive battling and EVs and IVs and make sure you have the right ability. That's kind of Ravenclaw too.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. There's a lot of text that go into being a Pokemon master. Yeah. There's a Ravenclaw in there.
Mm-hmm.
But you could also say the desire to be a Pokemon master is Slytherin.
Yeah. You could say the altruistic nature of defeating Team Rocket along the way and helping out it's Gryffindor. So it's all over the map.
Really
all
is.
Over the map. I'll be honest, I'm kind of leaning towards Ravenclaw just because I don't know how many more opportunities we'll have to code somebody as Ravenclaw. But yeah, that's not necessarily the fairest argument.
Curb, what do you feel?
It's a really tough one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking because like I'm also kind of framing it like because there's so much of it being a bland. I'm thinking like, okay, let's think trainer as he is in Super Smash Brothers, like how he would be, because that's like this version of it is because it's not like this is Red.
No, this is essentially Red. He has the same outfit design as Red in Fire Leaf Green. He's just called Pokemon Trainer. It's pretty much Red though.
Oh gosh.
If we're dealing with it with how it isn't how they are in the Subspace Emissary though, or whatever we can pull from Smash, I think that makes the lean more Gryffindor.
I think so too.
Red doesn't have the character of Red, who we do have a little bit of glimpses of through Gold and Silver, through Black and White, not Black and White, through X and Y from Pokemon Masters. Red's personality trait is pretty much I am amazing at battling and also fuck Giovanni. That's more or less Red's personality traits that we are able to witness.
So he's Slytherin.
I'm not sure how that translated to Slytherin.
Gryffindors could say fuck too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ravenclaws can't though. They are prim and proper and they should never curse at any time.
Excuse the fuck out of you?
What house are you again?
Ravenclaw?
No.
Bitch, have you seen my spreadsheets for games?
I have seen your spreadsheets, yes.
I'm a Ravenclaw, motherfucker.
Mm.
Be careful, or my Slytherin side will come out.
I usually already deal with your Slytherin side all the time, though. Am I wrong?
Do you want to deal with it more?
No.
Okay, then. What are your thoughts on Pokemon Trainer / Red?
Gryffindor.
Donna?
How did he get there? He had to think really hard. Ravenclaw.
See, it's Slytherin is the one that I kind of rule out. Because it's that's the least of it. Gryffindor is all the big battling. It's the taking down Team Rocket. Ravenclaw is the Pokedex. It's the studying. It's the fucking the competitive battling. But then Hufflepuff, you got to make those close bonds with the Pokemon, or they're not going to listen to you.
Yeah, that's
I
also true.
if we look at it as a perspective of Ash Ketchum,
Oh, Ash is definitely a Hufflepuff.
yeah.
Oh, Ash absolutely was.
The very first things you do in Pokemon Red and Blue, what you have to do for the story, you leave your house. Obviously, you talk to your mom, but you go straight into the tall grass without even having Pokemon first. That's what you have to do before you can go talk to Professor Oak. Or maybe maybe that's how it is in Yellow, and the other ones it's just you don't have to, but you can. But to me, you're going straight out into the grass. And if you look at the other Pokemon trainers at the start of their journeys, they're bold. One of them has to go save a professor from a rampaging Poochyena. What a threat.
Yep.
A level 2 Poochyena.
Poochyena.
I think they're more Gryffindor. I think there is a very strong Hufflepuff argument. And if my option was Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw, I would say Hufflepuff. But you're giving me Gryffindor versus Ravenclaw, and I'm going to say Gryffindor.
Okay.
Same.
All right, Jono. Make your
Here
last
we are.
pick.
The very end. We're not going to do one of the Mii fighters. We'll see. I'll save that for next time, since again we're going to have a little synthesis going on. One who I think would be really interesting to talk about, although Zantok, I'll need a little bit of your. I have played this, or at least watched it, Magic, to help fill out the gaps. Is Bayonetta.
I had a feeling. As soon as you said at least watch, I was like, we're going Bayonetta here.
Yep.
Bayonetta is not Slytherin. I don't. Is Bayon? She has Hufflepuff traits. She's got her tight bonds with Jean, with Rodin, even with Enzo, with Luca, and I think she would. She'd fight a lot for them. I think there's Gryffindor in her. I think there's a good amount of Gryffindor in her. Ravenclaw. Part of me wants to lean Ravenclaw with Bayonetta. I don't have a very strong way to express kind of what I'm talking about with her. I don't know. It's just kind of like a feel, you know. She had to know how to fight, because it's not just like, oh, fighting, punch, kick. No, she's fighting angels and demons, essentially. She is fighting Paradiso and making contracts with these creatures that if she can't keep up with what she's doing, then they will essentially consume her. And you got to know what you're doing with that. You got to have a strong enough will, which that part's probably a bit more Gryffindor. I feel like it's Gryffindor or Ravenclaw with Bayonetta, with a lot of Hufflepuff traits, and I want to lean Ravenclaw with her.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I can see it. I mean, the Gryffindor of it all is she is performing these drastic feats while constantly dealing with demons and making deals with them to enhance her abilities. But the Ravenclaw of it is the studious nature, the inner workings of how she's learned to do this, and how she continues to actively learn her landscape. Okay. Again, there's a strong argument for both, and my
There's
lean,
a strong
I'll
argument
say,
for
is
Hufflepuff too.
oh
I'm
god,
thinking of all the characters. I'm thinking of Cereza from the first game. I'm thinking of Viola in the third game. God. I really wish the prequel game had released before we did this, so I could have that knowledge.
Yep. I think the nature of her character, if you think about it, she's playing a long game and she knows how to play it well, and I think that leans really well into the Ravenclaw aspect. So that's my current lean. Yeah. Because she knows how to manipulate a situation to her will, given the kind of people that she's dealing with.
Right. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Curb, what do you think? What have you been able to glean?
I've just been gleaning more on. It's strange because like she doesn't necessarily have like a because on the wiki some of them are like personality and characteristics kind of thing. I'm trying to find it on here and stuff too.
Yeah.
Kind of like not as much of it. And it's very interesting reading some of like the reviews on it, just because of like opinions on her and stuff too. It's like, well, oh crap.
Bayonetta 3 also has some controversy around it because of the original voice actress not coming back to voice the character, and then they came out and were saying some things, and then the company was saying other things, and then a third party was just like, yo, so I just got some documents, and I'm normally anti-business, but...
Oh boy.
It's a thing. There's a lot going on there.
She and a certain author that we may have spoken about earlier would probably get along.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, probably, actually. Which is why it's wild that she voiced a character like Bayonetta.
I know. Like what?
That is insane. I think I'm kind of leaning more Ravenclaw.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put Bayonetta and Ravenclaw.
I mean, look at her outfit, and at least in this Bayonetta 2 outfit, she's already pretty much got the robes.
Man, I hate her Bayonetta 1 outfit. I hate it.
Yeah.
Bayonetta 2 and Bayonetta 3 look so much better than her Bayonetta 1 outfit.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
I
Curb.
agree.
Curb.
Yeah,
Bring
it's
it
my
on
last
home.
There are
one.
31
Right.
characters left to discuss. Close us out. Who's the last character we're discussing today?
Okay. I thought this would be an interesting one because I feel like we should break them up and have them separate conversations for it. So, what I would like to say is that we should talk about Pitt.
Thank you. Thank you. When we were getting ready to do the last 6 characters, I was like, okay, we need to cut it down to Pokemon. We need to cut down either Pit or Dark Pit. We need to cut down a Castlevania. We probably could do another Fire Emblem. It's like, please, can we do these? And we got them all. Thank God.
Sweet.
Thank God.
I'm glad it worked.
Pit, Pitty Pat. Oh, Pit.
Yep.
Pit is not a Ravenclaw. Pit eats ice cream off the floor.
Oh my god, he's a Hufflepuff then.
He's not a Slytherin. You could make a very strong argument for Hufflepuff. You could make a very strong argument for Gryffindor. But I think he's a Hufflepuff. And not because he eats ice cream off the floor. Pit cares, much like Palutena, who we put in Hufflepuff previously. Palutena, who is the goddess of light and has a deep care for humanity. Pit is Palutena's number one angel. He is her right-hand man. He is the captain of her guard. He is the main protagonist, and whenever she is in trouble, he goes to save her. The first game has him being thrown into the bottom of the underworld, and he has to fight his way back out. But then Kid Icarus Uprising is where you really see the Hufflepuff traits. From the first game, you could probably say Gryffindor, but Uprising really makes you go, this kid is a Hufflepuff. He just wants to help everyone, and all the humans he wants to help against the Underworld Army, against the forces of nature, against the alien Aurum threat. He's an epitome of Hufflepuff.
Yeah. I concur.
He literally I can't think of how to say it, but he puts his own life at risk to save a guy who's been a dick to him ever since his creation. Dark Pit is a dick to Pit, but Pit quite literally risks his life to save Dark Pit from death.
Yep.
He very nearly dies because of it.
Things get intense, man.
Yeah.
Man, I want a remake of that game.
Same.
So
That was amazing. Sorry.
It's all good. I'll go ahead and agree with the Hufflepuff on that. It definitely seems to fit. I did want to mention though, because of course I'm gleaning through it. I'm gleaning the wiki, not so much on the regular general wiki, because I am not searching for every individual like game universe's wiki right now. That would take too much time.
No, there is a Kid Icarus wiki.
I'm sure there is, but I didn't want to look for it.
Just look for Divinipedia.
I wouldn't have known to look for that.
They have an in-universe Wikipedia called Divinipedia, which then they changed the name. Like the link for the Kid Icarus wiki is still like Kid Icarus Wikia, but the name that they put on the site is now Divinipedia because of uprising.
That's pretty funny. I am gonna go with Hufflepuff, but I did want to read something here that I thought was funny. I'm like, I want to say this because there was a Polygon poll at one point that ranking the 73 fighters from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate from garbage to glorious. So 73 total. They put Pit at 43. And here is the quote that goes with it. This kid is named after his #1 leading cause of death. There's something weird and grim about that, and we're not entirely on board with it.
Oh, damn.
I thought that was funny, and I'm like, you know what? This needs to be said.
All right. Well, there we have it. We've got another 30 characters done. But there are 30 more to go, which I'm sure we'll find some time next season to finish out this project and get the last of the remaining characters from Pikachu to Little Mac to Sonic the Hedgehog, Byleth, Terry, Sephiroth, Charizard, even Pichu, Rob, Min, Dark Mysteries. We got more to talk about, but not today. We're already at 2.5 hours, and we're not going for another 2.5 because hell nah. With that,
you could go another 6 hours again by accident, though, right?
No. No.
6 hours. Man,
all right.
That is so impressive.
Okay, 5 hours.
Anybody have any closing thoughts on what we've done here?
My bed is calling.
Your bed. What's it calling?
Curb, you need to work tomorrow. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, same.
That's weird.
Thank you, Curb, for coming on again. That was a fun episode, and we're gonna do it all again in a year. So I will talk to you in roughly 365 to 385 days.
80, oh God, 85. Okay, I was about to say see y'all in 11 months, except Zantalk.
I'll see you tomorrow.
God. I know. Don't remind me.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
I think that's where we should end it.
Well,
we need to.
There's our outro. So that's it for this on topic episode. Smash Brothers Sorting Hat Part 2, wherever the fuck we ended up titling it. I don't remember what we titled the first one, but that's how we have it written down in our bad organizational structure. That said, next episode is a Smashtopia, where we make movesets, usually. But what if we did something else?
What if we dabbed?
Well, you might. I'm not. But
right
yeah.
Now I see one dab and one stab. So it's about that.
All right. See you all next time.
Cheers.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.